So I filmed my dick. Audio, like yeah, that's right. This is bad. This one's bad.
Are you ready for this? Are you ready for this?
It's another edition of KFC Radio on the Barstool Sports Network. It's Clancy and Feits. Well, let's dive right into it. If someone told you that they were in a mutual jerk situation, if two guys engaged in a mutual jerk, are you?
I'm playing with Jackie's gum.
Ah!
I thought it was just a rapper.
That's my bad.
Yeah, we know. We know.
It's
By the way,
it's not full gum. It's in a wrapper.
So we got the jar. Josh came in this morning on the honor code. Just walked in like Kramer, throwing down his money. I'm out. Just put $1 in and walked out saying, I just said I wish I would die. It's like the most honorable thing I've ever seen. A mutual jerk.
I think a mutual jerk. My mind immediately went to cross jerk.
Yes.
Just
Or not even
an
a
Xbox to spot jerk.
Yeah.
Just fucking two guys going like that.
Well,
but now
I
I
could
think
even see. So you're that means side by side. What about if you're
like
you're doing like
a road jerk?
the
They call
Nordic
that.
jerk. Yeah. I'm thinking if we're standing face to face, just looking at each other's eyes.
They call it the rope pull.
Yeah. Yeah. I mean, it could. I think that's more normal. I think if you're laying in bed, you're doing the cross.
I think you're just jerking yourself.
So just totally side by side.
So if I were to tell you, me and a female were involved in mutual masturbation,
agreed.
I'd be jerking myself. She would be fingering
Well,
herself.
but that's masturbation implies you're doing it to yourself. Jerking off can go either way. I jerked him off. I jerked myself off.
True.
So a mutual masturbation, I totally agree. That's everyone touching themselves. A mutual jerk, I think, implies we jerked each other's dicks simultaneously. It could
Now,
also,
what if
it
I
could
add
also
the word
mean
sesh? What about a mutual jerk sesh? I think you're jerking yourself again.
What is there a chance that much like with men and women sometimes, unless you're like 69ing, it's like you go then I go. What if it's like he jerked me off to completion and then I jerked him off to completion?
No, I wouldn't think that. I think you gotta have, because you just once you're done, you're done.
There's simultaneous.
If I was like fucking having a mutual masturbation session with a girl,
I would be so.
And
mad
I
for a
came
second.
first, and she's like, I'm gonna go now. I'd be like, you do whatever the fuck you want. I'm getting out of here.
No, man.
Like, I'm gonna go watch TV in the other room. I don't give a fuck what you do.
You know, I've seen plenty of porn. Once I'm done sifting through defeated sex fight videos on Pornhub, you see these videos where like a guy keeps going afterwards, or they keep filming, or they do some extra shit, playing with the cum and all this crazy shit, and then I'm like, yo, I'm gonna do that next time. I'm gonna do that, and then I come and I'm like, I'm fucking out of here, man. I'm fucking out of here. I'm gonna go make some waffles.
You think I got time to watch a cream pie drip on
Yeah.
you? I gotta go put my pants on
you think
before you see me naked.
You think we're gonna snowball here? I gotta put my shirt back on so you don't see my fucking gut, okay, man? No worse look than when you got no pants on and a shirt on. You know what I mean? You're Winnie the Poohing with some girl and you just came. No,
I gotta watch anything, that means we gotta turn lights on, which means you're not gonna be with me anymore. So I'm out.
Totally agree. If you want something to occur in our bedroom session, make sure it happens before I come. Because afterwards, if you're asking me like, can you do that thing, or actually that's a little bit wrong. Like if it was a really piss poor performance and I need to go down on you, or I owe you one, I'll keep going. But if it's something like, oh, we said we were gonna do that thing, nah.
Yeah,
we'll do that next time.
My eyes are bigger than my stomach.
Exactly.
In every single situation.
100%. And there's no dessert stomach coming through here. There's no extra gear here. When I'm done, I'm done. You know?
Once I finish, you ask me to do anything. It's like you might as well be asking a sloth to go run a marathon.
Not happening.
I'm like, I'm just gonna chill in this tree.
Nothing.
Eat this fucking
dishes. Nothing. No, yeah, and it's not like the old the cliche of like, oh, I'm like a tranquilized bear, like I'll fall asleep. It's just like I'm just not doing anything sexual anymore.
Yeah.
I'm done,
yeah.
You
want to lay here and watch TV? Perfect.
Sure, but it's just
I'll order food.
Yeah,
sure.
I'll do all the other things.
The bare minimum.
Yeah.
Like I'm not gonna cook. Well, I'll probably cook food too.
No,
I am still an alive person.
I will go on DoorDash for you, and that's about it.
All right, hang on though. I just got an idea.
Are we gonna jerk each other off?
Well, just try and see if you can stay on pace.
Stand up.
Oh, we're going up for it.
Yeah. Well, that's the other thing.
It's gonna be hard in this area.
Stand up.
You wouldn't stand up.
So you're laying down.
Bro, it's hard enough to jerk myself off when I'm standing up, let alone another dude.
Well, that's why you've never been a shower guy, but that is one
No,
of the
I'm
trials and
fucking-
tribulations of the shower.
Yeah.
Where all of a sudden you're like leaning over, you're like, can this end?
Bro,
please?
because you
I'm
gotta
not
like flex. But I don't think fucking like I like flex all my leg muscles when I'm like fucking like sexing
Coming?
and stuff. Mm-hmm. And like, so if I'm flexing all my leg muscles while I'm standing, I'm on my tiptoes, and it's
good-
just
it's a good workout.
fucking- It's just weird.
It's a good workout.
It's just like.
All right, so
And also, I have that goddamn fucking shadow from my shower. Remember, I've drawn you a picture of it before, where it's just a horrible look. It's just
oh
like,
yeah, yeah. And that's the noise you make too, isn't it?
I don't make any noise. I'm a silent masturbator, silent
Are you?
fucker.
You're a silent comer.
Yeah, definitely.
You'll just
well,
be
like when I'm fucking jerking off. Yeah,
Will you just be like,
bro.
like, is there even any sound? Or
Bro, if
something?
we turned all the lights off in this room, I could come and you guys would have no idea.
Look me down in the eyes, just like you blink once.
Did
you come? I just
Bro, I
blinked.
wouldn't even fucking blink. I'd set my tiptoes real quick.
Heavens to Betsy. Do you ever hear of that game? I was gonna ask if you played the game. I would hope not, but maybe, I don't know. You ever heard of the game of like it's called like Smiles or something with the word smile? You sit down. This is probably, you probably can't do this kind of stuff anymore. Probably can't even talk about it on a podcast. But the legend I heard in high school was that these guys all sat around a table.
Stoneface.
Yeah.
Yeah.
And then just she goes underneath and blows you and like you can't you have like a stone
you
face.
guess
You think,
who's
oh, you're
getting
getting
their
blown
dick sucked.
because she
Yeah.
just bounces around or she picks one person.
Yeah. No, bounces around.
Right.
Yeah, that's.
You ever do it?
I've never done it. No,
So you have your
Milton
friends
High,
do-
Milton Academy has.
That's
though.
what I mean. Yeah.
The Milton Academy
So you-
hockey team got in quite a bit of trouble.
Okay, so that's what I was gonna say. It's a pretty precarious situation.
Yeah.
But it was
And
confirmed
they
to be
got back,
happened.
This is trouble back in the day, too.
Yeah,
when you
so
could
that
just do
happens
anything
now.
you wanted.
Yeah. I knew
There
all
weren't even
these-
laws back then. It was like 2007.
Right.
You do whatever the fuck you wanted.
I mean, what the story I heard was, all the older guys and all these fucking like Guidos who did it with each other, and I always questioned whether or not it happened. This, since it was like
Yeah, this was
investigation,
there
it
was
happened.
a there was a
So
reckoning for this.
boy,
one.
I'll
I think
tell
like
you
everyone
what.
got kicked out of school.
I'll tell you what. Yeah, the girls doing those things. There's a father at home, man.
It
There's
is.
a goddamn father at home being like, "Where's my daughter?" And it's like she's under the table blowing. A
It's
hockey
basically
team.
it
Heavens
was
to
in
Betsy.
fucking Shameless.
It was.
And it wasn't so. Yeah, I mean it was Stoneface. It was shit. The girl. Then it gets real dark.
Let's maybe move on from that.
Well, no. It's okay.
Was
It's
it
a
the
TV
redhead?
show. It's not a real thing.
Was it the redhead?
No,
Debbie?
it was the girl. No.
The
It wasn't one of those kids. She was blowing Lippin' Ian.
Oh, okay.
And the dad kills himself.
Ian's gay.
Yeah, Ian's not gay yet. It's season one.
Okay, got it. Yeah.
And she's like sucking his dick on the table. Dad drops an apple, bends over to pick
Sees
it up.
it, yeah.
Sees her. Then she tattoos like whore across her stomach. No, whore down her arm because they're very religious.
Yeah.
And then she's like, they go to like a purity class. And she stands up and just talks about fucking. Some people are like, I kissed, and then she sits back down. She's like, I took my friend's like 18-inch black dildo, and she
Coming
going
back
through
to
this
me.
stuff.
Yeah,
And
yeah,
then
yeah.
he goes home and kills himself. He jumps in the ocean.
Right.
Jumps in the
with
river.
the bricks, right? Yeah.
Yep.
Okay, let's jerk each other off.
Yeah.
So
Anyway, that's the plot of Shameless season 1.
now the reason I asked
The
about
plot of a
standing
show
up
that came out
was
15 years ago.
I knew two of my friends in college. They said they called it that she went skiing. She was sitting
yeah.
on a trash can, and they were standing up side by side,
It's trash can.
and she was jerking them off like this.
Why would you sit on a trash can?
I don't know. It was just like I think it was kind of like they're gonna sit, we're gonna stand, you're gonna sit, and I don't know. That was what was
They had
there.
an Oscar the Grouch
so
fetish?
But now even that, I ask you this: if you were sitting on the trash can,
Yeah.
would you? I think I would go like this. I don't think I would do this. That feels hard to me. This feels like this is your natural movement. You're running, you're walking, your arms are pumping. This feels like I'm
Well, I'd give you a better one like this. I think I'd probably go like this, and quickly I'd realize, like, this is the way you do it.
That's what I mean. I'm tired from doing this like 5 times. This is or you know what? That's really what it is. It's not this. It's
I feel like we're kind of doing this Silicon Valley thing
yeah.
right
It
now.
does feel that way. I would do them side by side, facing each other, and I would go like this.
Oh, no, this is too hard.
This is the most natural movement we do.
This is just running, baby. I just I'd probably
And
fucking.
because the girls are always doing this, you know. The girls in porn are always down
yeah,
here
they're not
doing
really.
this.
They're not on beat.
No, they
It's
would.
not-
You would
they're
that's
not
what
like
I mean.
bump,
You would
bump,
never
bump,
see.
bump.
They're fist pumping.
They're
That's
just
the
going-
Jersey Shore. That's the
They're
fucking
more
Tommy
like,
cheese balls.
This is so many fucking bad videos we're showing right
Yeah. I'm sure none of them are flattering in any way, shape, or form.
Like, I'd come like this.
So anyway,
See, like I think
our arms would be hitting.
Yeah,
It's
I
almost
think-
like, you know what it is? It's like fighting for the armrest in the airplane.
yeah.
You know, it's like, no, I'm going over here. No, I'm going back here. I'm going up.
and like you gotta really get on beat. Like you got, and I don't have
And
rhythm.
really, if I'm like holding you and you're hitting it, that's
Yeah.
gonna hurt. I'm
You're
gonna
twisting and stuff.
My dick's gonna pop. The whole
yeah,
thing
if
is a
we're in the
mess.
middle of a mutual jerk, I'm probably gonna be like, look, man, let's make this a mutual masturbation because a mutual jerk isn't really doing it for me.
I also think that that's
Keep
the
punching
better
my
way to.
balls.
Yeah, yeah.
If I just kept hitting your hand down, you're like, didn't want to go that far.
It's like boom, 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 boom. Your balls are bouncing off my hand and like back against your paint.
I'd take 4 ball punches and I'd say, you know what, let's move on.
Somebody cancel this goddamn show for the love
I meant
of
let's
God.
move on from the ball punching.
No, I know. I mean, I know what you meant. I'm also just saying this is ridiculous. But that also, all of this experiment led me to believe, and my official final answer is that it must be some sort of mutual masturbation, because that would be a whole production.
It's too much.
I do believe the Nordic track is a thing, though.
But you're not
what do they
using
call
both
that?
hands then.
Yeah, I know that. So
It
I
would
would
be
just
like an
this.
exchange hand.
It's almost like you're getting shanked.
Yeah, but then I feel like
what's the Dutch
it's
rudder?
kinda
You know the
hard.
Dutch rudder?
Yeah, that's a rim job in a fucking
Oh, then
thing,
that's
right?
well, maybe I'm wrong. That's
No?
where I hold
Oh,
my dick
yeah,
and
yeah,
you
yeah,
move my
yeah.
arm for me.
What's the rim job in the thing?
The rusty trombone.
Rusty trombone.
Yeah.
That's it. Yeah.
Maybe like another jar. Maybe like a Jackie jar where she just goes, "Oh, God damn it." I mean, what do your friends really think?
Well,
I know we've heard them say before, like, you work for the biggest like douchebags, but this is worse. This is worse than douchebag. This is like, what are you doing, Jackie?
I like make sure that they don't hear. like,
Yeah,
you
do
guys
you
talk
censor
about
them?
Oh,
this.
you're ashamed of your work?
Yeah.
So am
Welcome
I.
to
It's
the
okay.
fucking. Welcome
What do you
to
think?
the
I let my
crew.
friends listen to this podcast?
Yeah.
No.
Yeah.
Fucking.
You think we like doing this? This is what we have to do. We got nothing else, okay?
I'm often like I should have worked for chicks or something.
Yeah, definitely. You made a bad decision. Yeah, the chicks are like a fucking rocket ship to the moon, and she's sitting here with the 30-year-old guys talking about jerking each other off. Yikes.
I'm kidding. Wouldn't change it for the world.
Uh-huh. The Dutch rudder is, though, you know, where
But anyway.
you hold your dick and you move my arms.
No,
You hold your own dick, and then you move my
and
arm.
then you move my arm.
Right. I just feel like the whole point is that you don't have your own hand on your own dick, right? Because then it's like just jerk it off. So wouldn't it be like you hold my dick, but I move your arm? So that way you're not doing work and I'm not.
Yeah, that would probably make the
But it's
most
like
sense.
if I'm gonna sit there moving your arm, I might as well just jerk my own.
I think it was in Zach and Miri Make a Porno,
Yes.
right? And
Yeah.
it was so it's not gay. You're holding your own
Your own dick, right? But
and
you're
just
not
someone else is doing the work.
work.
So
Okay.
Then there's
yeah.
the stranger, which is what you sit on your hand until it's numb. But you couldn't really jerk off if your hand was numb. Also, if your hand to stay numb the entire session is a lot.
Yeah.
Also, Zach and Miri, have you watched it recently?
No.
I watched it like 2 weeks ago. Oddly enough.
Why?
I don't know. It just like popped into our heads. We watched it, and shout out
It's
to
not a bad movie. It's just not what I think to watch.
shout out to Jay, Jay and Silent Bob Jay. Like, he like fucks those girls in it. Like, I mean, they're not fucking, but like, because it's a porn star who plays,
Yeah.
you know, and like her ass is like smashing off him. He's like holding her hips. Like, they're not simulating all that much, you know. Like, I'm sure he's not like in her, but like, like they went for it, man. They did some shit. Did you see the TikTok of the sex scene from Friends with Benefits, or whichever one's JT? Which one is that?
JT is Friends
Strings
with Benefits.
Friends with Benefits. The cameraman is standing above him, holding the camera, and she's supposed to be on top, and he's supposed to be like doing the work.
Oh,
So
I actually have
he's-
seen this clip. I just didn't know where it was from.
Yeah, he's like grabbing his legs.
Yeah.
And like shaking the cameraman's legs and thrusting his body while the cameraman just stands there. It's like, boy, does that take the sex appeal out of this fucking scene. I used to think like, oh man, Mila Kunis is so hot. Now I'm gonna think of JT grabbing some guy's cargo shorts while he thrusts his dick in the air. Like, boy, you do not want to see how the sausage is made on that shit, man. The movie sex scenes, no thank you. Let's start the show. Today's brought to you by Helix Sleep. You know, It's a great bed for sleep. It's a great bed for any of your activities. That's the thing about your bed these days. Your bed, especially you live in Manhattan where you're in like a studio apartment, your bed is everything. It's where you sleep. It's where you entertain. It's where you relax. It's where you enjoy. You watch TV, watch movies, have company. Your bed's the most important thing. What's more important than your bed? Like a worldly possession that you own? Like your phone, you'd have to say, right?
Phone,
computer.
I don't even know computer tops that
I was
anymore.
because you got like your phone to
There
do
was
it.
a time.
So I think
when
it goes
was computer
phone, bed.
Phone, bed. Yeah, and I mean, they say it a million times. It's where you spend
30% of your life.
It's where I spend more than 30%.
That's what I mean.
I
like,
spend, let's call it 70.
Right, because when you go home, you're like sitting in bed,
Just lay in bed. I
on
think
your phone.
They,
you know?
I do know, like, sleep therapists will tell you, like, only go to bed when it's time for bed. Like, don't spend time in your bed because then your body gets used to, like, we're awake in
right.
here.
This is your spot to be asleep.
Don't listen to those.
No.
I don't listen to that rule because I am in bed I'm in bed. If I'm not in this office, I'm
You're
either
in
at
bed.
a bar or in
Yeah.
bed.
You're also depressed. I can't get out of bed at all for anything. But Helix sleep beds are that comfortable and worth every penny, and they're affordable. It's not like it's one of these mattresses that are through the roof expensive. But if you're debating like being cheap with it or not going for one of these a high quality company like Helix that really takes the time to make these beds quality, you're an idiot, because it's one of the most important things for whether you sleep on your side, your back, your stomach, whether you toss and turn, whether you sleep like a rock, light sleeper, heavy sleeper, whether you like it firm, whether you like it soft. They've got every sort of mattress for you, and what you do is you log on and take a quiz, a little survey, and it tells you what type of person you are, what type of sleeper you are, what type of bed you need. And right now, you can go ahead and get that Helix Sleep mattress for $200 off. God damn. $200 off and 2 free pillows. Pillows are fucking expensive.
I'm
doing this right
currently
now, right?
purchasing I haven't bought one. I was looking at one today. I'll
yeah.
do it.
Yeah, Jackie's moving in. We'll talk about that in a second. Jackie's moving into an apartment, sight unseen, with nothing. No bed, no furniture, no nothing.
That's the way to do it.
Yeah.
You don't have to move.
How does that make you feel? Like that you're doing what Feidelberg does.
Yeah, that's not great.
Well, come on.
You said that to
Saved
me
a
today.
ton on moving costs. I just borrowed my dad's SUV and put 2 boxes in it. As a 32-year-old, that's how I move.
Like your dad was like, "Son, you need any help?" Like, I guess I
was
could
"No,
borrow
I'm
your car.
literally
That's
good."
it.
Yeah. Like I came down alone. My cousin was like, "I'll come help you," and I was like, "I'm already done, man. Don't worry about it."
Oh man. Well,
So when you ask how many possessions I have, we've had that conversation before, like what would you save
Yeah.
in your apartment? I got
I
nothing.
got a box
I
of
got
nothing.
fucking
A whole box of nothing.
nothing.
Well, you feel your Helix Sleep mattress is the way, the one thing you should save, and that. So 2 free pillows, good pillows. I think like $100 each too. So you're getting like
I think
$400
more.
off. Yeah,
I remember being stunned when I bought 2
yeah.
pillows.
You can get the cheap ones, but the real good pillows and the real good mattresses. When you get a discount like this, you do not want to sleep on it. So.
Look what you did there.
That was so natural. I didn't even mean that one. HelixSleep.com/KFC. Get $200 off all mattress orders plus the 2 free pillows. That's Helix, HELIX, sleep.com/KFC for $200 off and 2 free pillows. This whole segment is a jar. I might put a 5 spot in the jar. We talked about this. We didn't talk about this on the show though, right? We talked about this in the bullpen.
Yes.
Right. Okay. So I'm watching the show Hacks, which is a very funny show. It's a funny show. I shouldn't say very funny. It's a good HBO half-hour comedy. And Jean Smart's in it, and I'm riding high from Mayor of Easttown, and I loved her in Watchmen. So
By
she's
the way,
just
Mayor of
killing-
Easttown, who was that? Who spelled Mayor M-A-Y-O-R?
You did Mayor of Easttown?
Well, technically,
Yeah, well, no, it's a yes or a no.
but I knew. Oh, fuck, sorry.
Clem
I knew-
tweeted like after episode 5 when I was raving about it. He tweeted like, "I am just learning now that the show you guys are all talking about is not called the Mayor of Easttown."
I
But
literally knew it was Mayor.
sounds like you didn't.
No, I know it sounds like I didn't.
Well,
but
it definitely- 'cause
I
you
so
tweeted it.
consciously was like, don't write Mayor, because every part of me like wanted to write Mayor, and there were so many times, there were so many clips that you guys have done on Mayor of Easttown, and I spelled it right every single time. I've caught myself, and I slipped up once.
You
One
Michael
time.
Scotted it. Don't say
Yeah.
it. Don't say it. Don't say
Yeah.
it.
Yeah.
For those who couldn't see, it was off camera. Nick just did one of these, pointed at her. Who was it? Her over there. Yeah, mayor of Easttown. What an idiot. What a fucking idiot. So in Hacks, the story of Hacks is a Vegas, like a 40-year Vegas veteran. She does stand-up comedy. I guess kind of like a Joan Rivers influence. So she has a Vegas residency. She's starting to like lose traction a little bit. There's also this up-and-coming Hollywood writer who was, I would envision she wrote like the script for Girls or something like that, but she's getting canceled over a tweet. So she lost all of her job opportunities, and her agent was like, the only thing I have for you is that you can go help this woman write jokes. And her team is like, I know you don't want to do this, but you need to because we got to get younger. So like there's this couple that just, the odd couple that doesn't really work. So she has to move to Vegas to do this, and she's miserable. And then she finally goes out and has one fun night. She since she lives in Vegas, she goes to talk to her friend who's a blackjack dealer, and sitting alone at the table is this guy, and he's quick and witty and charming, and he's betting, and he's like, you like place a bet, like he's, you know what, I'm all in because she's good luck. Tell me, like, hit or stay. And she's like, hit. He busts, loses like $3,000, and he's like, it's fine because you know what, $3,000 to have got to meet you, like it's worth it. And she's like googly eyed, and he's got all the right fucking lines, but every time, like, he's also like, you know, he's like, you're just like so beautiful. Do you want to do some coke? And she's like, yeah, okay. And he has like a ton of coke on him. And then they're walking together hand in hand. They're having this wonderful date. And she runs into like some old Hollywood friends who look down upon her now. And she has a run in with them. And he hypes her up in this beautiful way. And then he's like, do you want to do some Molly? So she's like, oh, okay, like more drugs, like fine. And so every step of the way, it's all this inspirational shit. But he's also like, let's fucking go. Let's rage. Finishes off the night where he convinces her to, well, she calls her boss. She spouts off all this steam because he gives her this big inspirational speech about if something's wrong in your life, you got to fix it. Wakes up the next morning after this like coke-fueled sex binge, and he's snuggled and sleeping, and she's like smiling nicely. She goes to get some coffee. As she walks back to the hotel, there's caution tape everywhere, and there's a cop who's like, whoa, you can't walk in this entrance. Somebody jumped. And she's like, what? Somebody jumped? And the cop's like, yeah, some people do it all the time. Like, it happens here all the time. People come and they blow every last dime they had, and they want to like have one last night of partying, and they don't care about their money. They just want to do drugs, and they end it. And you can see her like, oh, fuck. And she goes back up to the hotel room, and like he had thrown a fucking chair through the window, and it's just smashed out. The wind is blowing, glasses everywhere. And he fucked her and then jumped out the goddamn window. And she obviously like goes into a spiral. How would you take that? If that happened to you, what would your reaction be? Because I think it can go several ways. None of which are good, but I think there's a couple ways to take it.
I don't think I would take it on any deeper level at all.
Then just like,
I think I'd just be like, I have so much cleanup to do right now. Like
no,
that.
Not really.
Like, but like
It was
I
his
like
room.
Clean up. Like
Like
I'm gonna have to talk to people. I
Not
clean up. I have a lot of chores.
He was
now.
she had to like give her statement to the police.
Yeah,
and all this
I
shit,
have to
you know?
talk. I have to talk to his family. I
Yeah,
probably
yeah.
I have many chores to do today.
Right.
This fucking sucks.
Right.
I would be devastated.
Yeah, because you'd
at
probably be
that.
like almost like a suspect. They have to check that box first. to make
Yeah,
sure there's
yeah.
no run. Yeah. That's a really, you know.
I don't think I'd get very introspective with it. I'd be like, I fucked a suicidal guy. Probably not the first time.
Now,
And
also though, would you not have a feeling of like, I suck in bed? You know,
no,
there's no like. I would hope if you were gonna kill yourself, and
What-
then
what
you
if he
fucked
left
me,
it-
that she was like, well, at least I want to fuck him again in the morning. She was like, that girl fucks you. That's like, you know, Jared 7 times has turned a girl lesbian because they're just like, this is the worst dick I've ever had. It's the worst experience ever. I just want to go down on girls forever now. That's this to the extreme. Like, that was so subpar. I still want to be dead.
I think I think if you're blaming yourself for that, you're crazy.
Not blaming myself, but it was an opportunity. And had I fucked better, imagine that story. I turned a suicidal person happy. Yeah, it's like I turned a gay guy straight. I turned a suicidal person fucking, you know, not suicidal.
I can't put my mind into hers. I'm really focused on being in his, and I would have left a note that said like,
what?
I don't know, like if you gave better head, I'd still be here.
I think jar. I don't.
Like,
That was great. That was so genuine. You would have thought that was like scripted. I think jar. Oh my god, that was
like
great.
I just like I remember when, and again, this is back in the day when you could do anything. When I wrote a blog where I was genuinely trying to get, it was during Deflategate,
to get everyone to kill themselves.
and I was trying to get, I wasn't trying to get people to kill themselves. I was saying, look, if you're gonna do it, say it was Goodell's fault. Like I was trying to get a mass suicide across New England.
Yeah.
And I wanted everyone to blame Roger Goodell.
Which is an amazing idea. I mean,
Like-
imagine if if the Thursday before the big game, like the cops are like, we had like 64 suicides in within Massachusetts last night, and everybody said it was Roger Goodell's fault.
I was like, write on a cocktail napkin like Belichick's like resignation letter. Like I thought it out pretty strongly. And I was
Where's the stack of money?
It's like $5.
I think we're gonna go a solid 10 spot on this one.
and I would do the same thing with this situation where I'd be like, I wasn't like my whole time in Vegas, all the coke I bought, all the Molly I bought, I had all the money I was losing. I knew it didn't matter. I wasn't going to see tomorrow.
Right.
Or I guess maybe 2 days. I was going to see the morning. But I'd be like, I don't know, it'd be funny to fuck with this girl for the rest of her life.
That's the thing, is it really like you could absolutely ruin somebody.
Like it would be funny to fucking put this girl into therapy. Like I just spent the night with her.
We're gonna do a couple more dollars for John. $7 for
Like,
John.
I just spent the night with her.
$5 for me.
Clearly, she needs help. That would actually be one of the most fucking humanitarian things I've ever done, which would be to kill myself to get her into therapy. Because like you're
saving a life.
You spend a whole night with her, right? You're trying to
Yeah.
gas her up. You can tell this girl needs to talk to somebody. I'll jump out this window so she legally has to. What?
Yeah, no, that's it. You're a hero. How to save a life? You save that girl. Yeah. You kill yourself to save that girl's life. She was on the verge of suicide. In the show, this girl's so depressed, she was probably suicidal.
Yeah.
Now she's not gonna.
Yeah,
do it.
now she's got.
Now she's thinking.
Now she's court ordered, has to talk to somebody. You're welcome.
5 minutes. I might as well cram it in here. We'll have one big, and then we'll have to find a 5-minute sequitur here because I have a story. It's from the DMs that is astounding, mysterious, gruesome, gnarly, and really like thought-provoking, intriguing. So this guy texts me and he DMs me, he says, just got this text leading up to a birthday this weekend. Need to hear everyone's thoughts on whether this person, no, I'm just going to leave it at this. Okay. So he gets this text. Hey team. So unfortunately my friend, he blurted out. So I'll just say, so unfortunately my friend Jessica, her dog was killed by an animal. So I'm thinking like, I don't know, you live in like the country or something, like the coyotes got them,
I mean, Lee went snake bite.
Sure. She walked into her apartment and found her dog split in two with blood everywhere.
Not a snake.
Maybe an anaconda, I don't know. Probably not a snake. I have no idea how this happened, but I'm almost positive she won't want to host anything for a little while. So I'm moving the party to my apartment building. Here's the address. This will be easier on everyone, but please come here around 6:15 so I can get down to bringing everybody upstairs. So, the question is this, first of all, a fake story and it's just the most ridiculous excuse you've ever heard? This girl could have just been like, hey guys, I don't really want to host anymore. And instead she said that her dog was ripped in half. Or did this really happen? And if it happened, then is this person, did they murder their dog and their best story was that an animal did it? Or is there just like a serial dog murderer who's out here ripping dogs in half? Like what? So Question number 1: is this real?
Real? Yes. It's
Okay.
super preposterous not to.
Okay, so this
is
dog has
real.
been ripped in half in what appears to be like a New York City apartment. Okay, now number 2. We're not believing that.
Wait,
an animal
New
did
York
this.
City apartment?
Well, I don't know. I'm just thinking like, I don't know.
I don't. If it's New York City, fake.
Okay.
I don't think bears are climbing to the 70th floor.
No, that's what I'm saying. I think the whole idea that there's an animal is fucking preposterous.
I just like.
Anywhere you're
they're-
living in an apartment building, you're not like out in the wilderness.
No, you live in Newman County, Atlanta. We got fucking plenty of bears out there.
How's that investment going, John? Seen any dividends yet?
No, I heard there was a fucking hurricane. I literally don't know if it's standing.
When someone asks you about your investment and you
I say I got the
may or
most-
may not know
I
there's
got
a
the
hurricane.
most diverse portfolio of all time. Safe Moon, got it.
Bitcoin.
Got it.
Apartments in Atlanta.
Got 'em.
Not Atlanta.
Maybe.
45 minutes outside with an easy
Right
commute.
off the fucking interstate, Kevin. It's right off the interstate. If you work for FedEx, American Airlines, it's a great spot to be. Easy access to the airport.
Now, I didn't really know that hurricanes crept all the way up to Atlanta, but I guess in fact they
Maybe
do.
it was just a regular old flood. I don't know. I saw the streets. They were pretty full. I don't know what it was that caused it. Quite a bit of water. I'm pretty sure we're talking floating cars. Can you just Google?
Can we Google the weather down there?
And this was a few weeks
What's
ago.
it called again?
I forget. It's either Newman or Noonan. It's one of the two.
I want to say Newman. I think I know your town better than you. I mean, I guess I would agree, but I'm also just gonna like this. This guy, I believe, is like a New York dude, but I don't know, like or a Philly guy maybe. But I just don't think any apartment situation, an animal comes into your apartment of any kind. Yes, New York City's the most ridiculous, but in no scenario is like a bear or some like chupacabra getting in your apartment, ripping your dog in half, and then oh god, oh no, oh no. Wait a minute, let me read this out loud from the Atlanta Journal-Constitution. Quote: "You could hear it coming. One dead as catastrophic tornado hits south of Atlanta."
45 minutes south.
Debbie Dottie and her daughter Gracie walked
like,
down
that's-
LaGrange
I mean,
Street
that
in
is-
Newman. I mean, it's absolutely eradicated. Eradicated. Like trees down, everything completely fucking trashed.
It was, yeah, I knew it was about a month ago.
Oh,
yeah.
John.
It is.
Your apartment might not still be standing.
It,
Look
like,
at the sign on the ground,
it
which is
literally-
like the most symbolic thing ever. There's a Newman sign that's just fucking just torn to pieces, like this dog.
This is.
The city of Newman ripped in half like this dog.
It is. I mean, I think we'll be fine. I haven't heard anything. No news is good news, as they say.
Oh my Lord Almighty!
I should check on that.
Maybe you just haven't heard from your boy who like set you up. He's like, ugh. John hasn't asked in a little while, so
yeah,
I'm just
and
gonna leave
I'm not gonna. I don't ask for bad news. I just kind of like I'm literally never gonna make this call.
What's your guy's name? Just so we could check this article quick.
Yeah, is your boy still alive? Jesus. I think that this person or her neighbor or someone murdered this fucking dog. And there's a whole party of people who better speak up about
I
it.
mean, if you're gonna murder a dog, and I don't.
How are you picturing this dog ripped in
co-sign
half,
it.
by the way?
I'm honestly picturing.
I'm picturing like this.
A hole in the wall
I'm picturing it ripped in half that way.
with like a bear running through, like the
Kool-Aid guy?
man.
Yeah.
Like a bear came in,
Yeah.
and he went out two separate entrances and exits. He could have gone out the same hole, but he came in one. And
Burst through another one.
That's more of an agile fucking move. He's
Okay.
got, like he's more like fucking streamlined coming in for the first one. Head
Sure,
first.
sure.
The second one he's full, so he's a little like he's standing up, kind of like you walking out of the restaurant.
Yeah,
like,
he just had a, it's like after we come. You know, you can't do anything serious. You can't burst through the door again.
Yeah. But I was picturing it. It's just like how does a dog wear pants? It's like
Yeah.
this, like this.
Right.
I'm picturing it ripped in half at the waistline. Like kind of.
Yeah. So like two legs over here.
Like he grabbed the two legs the bear did, and then he just pulled.
two sets of legs. together. Like,
yeah.
So there's one set with legs and a head, and then there's one set with tail
This
and
is
legs.
going to be our most hated segment. of all
Yeah,
time.
yeah. Well, we've done dead dog stuff before. But here's how I'm picturing it. I'm
Yeah,
picturing
actually,
it-
never mind. Just to cover our bases, we'll go back and say this is a fake story. Continue.
Yeah, right. I'm picturing Nick. If you were to take the left dog there, and take the blue line and increase it all the way up through its mouth, so that it's ripped in half that way. I'm picturing it ripped apart by the mandible.
Yeah, that is.
Yeah.
You watched Saw recently
No,
too?
I was gonna say if what I believe is happening here is a full blown like horror movie. I think someone's out here ripping dogs into pieces.
Oh well, then we're. But now you're back on the animal train then, because the human can't do it. Human doesn't have the strength for it.
Well, I didn't say a human. I didn't necessarily specify a human.
You said someone
Something.
killed their.
Some-
You said this
okay.
person killed their
Okay,
dog.
something.
Oh,
killed
so
their
we're
dog.
now we're getting
Chupacabra or
supernatural?
something like that.
Yeah.
Something maybe almost like from Unbreakable, that guy who like turns into that fucking Hulk thing, you know?
No.
No, not Unbreakable.
Split.
Split.
Yeah. Okay. James McAvoy. That is.
Mm-hmm.
Okay. I could see that happening. I don't.
Or just like a.
I still
if this
think
is
a
like in
dog's
Florida-
jaw in an arm wrestling match. A dog's jaw wins.
Yeah, but like, let's say you knock this dog unconscious or something, like in a
and
meth-fueled
then
rage,
you
like
do
a
it.
bath salts crocodile sort of thing.
Heavens to
You know?
Betsy.
I think this is dark, man. This is bleak. You guys you're not thinking dark enough. A dog's been ripped in half, folks. I mean, how ridiculous. This has to be a prank. To then be like, so meet me at, 123 Main Street, and make sure you buzz in a 6:15.
Party's
so I can
still
come down
on, though.
Yeah. Make sure we're doing a potluck. What are you bringing again? I'm bringing half of my dog. Like, what? Darkest story I've ever heard. How do we segue out of this? I'll tell you how. We played. Speaking of bleak existences, sure.
Yeah.
Would you ever have traveled the Oregon Trail?
Oh.
Like if you were on the East Coast and they were like, "There's gold in them there hills all the way across the country," you just gotta get in a wagon and go there. That is fucking crazy.
Kevin, when people give me stock tips, I could move my thumb 7 times and take part in those.
And you don't do that,
And
do
I
you?
don't do that.
Yeah.
So do you think I'm gonna get in a Conestoga wagon and travel 5,000
points to
miles?
you for knowing Conestoga wagon? Yeah, I mean that's my
And,
point though.
I
It's
think
just
I
so
might
insane.
like everything, because that's kind of an exaggeration. I usually I'll buy something, right, of things. I have that diverse portfolio. I
Sure.
gotta keep it going.
Yeah.
And
You got more investments than I do.
I will, but I'll usually just I'll be like I'll either forget about it, which is best case scenario, or I'll remember it and be like, never mind, I'm not like doing this anymore.
Yeah.
So like I would get to. Boy, I wish I knew geography better. What is just west of here?
New Jersey.
New Jersey's west.
Yeah.
Okay. I had it.
New Jersey's like, well, it depends on where in Jersey you're kind of going, like south. But
Yeah,
you,
see,
you
I
can
had to
catch
think-
like
I
a
was
little.
thinking south.
You can catch a little bit of Jersey in the west.
Nick,
you know what I mean?
you are giving me far too much credit, friend. I wasn't thinking state-wise. I was thinking, what's the next county?
John was thinking like the West Side Highway, the frying pan. John would make it to the frying pan and tap out.
And also, despite all that, I still can't really tell what's west of here.
We're
I guess it is Jersey. I guess it is
yeah.
Jersey.
See, like Long Island. Like
Yeah,
Long Island's
yeah.
like in line with Manhattan, so that little tip of New Jersey can be west of
Okay,
New
so
York.
yeah, I'd probably hit Jersey.
and then call it a day,
And then
turn around.
And I'd be like, this is nice.
Imagine having. imagine having the oxen turn around. Like, never mind. Like,
Oh, I
yeah,
wouldn't turn
like,
around. That's where I'd stay.
Dude, just stop. So that was my
I'd live in
point.
Jersey.
So the reason I bring this up is because me, Clem, Kate, and Frank, the tank, we were a part of MRags' first ever. Is that what it is? MRags, by the way?
That's how I say it.
Yeah, not MRags.
No, that would be
Like
crazy.
Jason MRags. MRags doesn't exactly flow off the tongue either. It's kind of crazy. All of it's crazy. MRags. He had
The
never
M is
played.
actually silent. It's just rag.
Rags. He had never played Oregon Trail. That's another thing, by the way. I say the Oregon Trail, but I would never say Oregon. I would never say if I was talking about the state, I say Oregon. But when I'm talking about the game, I say the Oregon Trail. I would never say the Oregon Trail.
I think I might be with you.
Yeah, I think like most people are.
No.
I'm pretty sure most
Okay,
people
how
say
about
the
this?
Oregon Trail.
Can I add another
I think it's the
little
word
twist
the.
to it?
If you put the in front of it for some reason, when else are you ever saying the Oregon? But
But
the
if I was
Oregon.
talking about the University of Oregon, I'd say that. I'd say
University of Oregon.
I'd say the Oregon football team.
But I would, but if I was saying who you playing today, Oregon, I would say Oregon.
Yeah, I think
But if
right.
you're if it's like if you're describing a thing, like would you say the Oregon Duck or the Oregon Duck?
Oregon Duck.
Yeah, probably. So it's like if you're describing a thing or something about Oregon, you say Oregon.
It's Oregon. I actually think you know what? I think I just say Oregon.
Period.
I
You
think
just
I
say
just say
Oregon.
Oregon, yeah.
Like
The
Salem.
more I think about it, I think
Salem is the capital of Oregon.
Oregon. I honestly don't know.
I think I would
It
say
is-
Oregon there.
This word means nothing to me. That's state. That word means as much as that's
Nothing.
state.
For like the past 2 weeks, I've been getting made fun of because I say Oregon. Like
Yeah?
and yeah, that's
Yeah,
everyone's
I
been
think I
calling
would
me out.
probably
I
make
didn't
fun of
realize
you a little
it's
bit,
wrong.
but I would. I think the Oregon Trail.
There's
is for
no
sure.
way for us to get this answer because it's impossible.
Yeah,
Like,
yeah.
Just
You
someone,
just have
in a future episode, someone to surprise us and say.
Well, you have to watch
some-
me for the next like 2 weeks and,
Yeah.
and catch me saying the word Oregon or Oregon.
Yeah, that's you can't even ask me because then I'll be like, you're doing something.
Right. Yeah. It's got to be natural. But
Guess
he's,
what?
you know, he's
I won't naturally mention Oregon
ever
for
again.
another 20 plus years.
Yeah. So MRags has never played though. So he's Mr. Cutting Edge everything gaming, but never played Oregon Trail because it's 40 years old at this point. So we were playing and we were all a team. Kate died right away. She drowned in 3 feet of water like a pussy. But I broke my arm. Clem broke his leg, vice versa, and we made it. But we were going about it, and at one point we're in like Colorado, and I was like, why didn't motherfuckers just be like, we're close enough? I mean, I guess it was the gold. The gold was all the way at the end. But I think after
I think a good amount of people decided they were close
to
enough.
stop and just be
It's
like, we're doing it here.
basically everyone who lives in the Midwest.
Yeah, right. They
Just
we're good.
They had ancestors who got bored.
Yeah, like if you died between Colorado and Oregon.
Imagine just stopping in Kansas and
how
just like
annoyed-
willingly going to Kansas. No.
No.
You just kind of stopped.
Oh. Let me just detour real quick. The people of Missouri are mad at me. When I did 1 Minute Man on Erin from The Office being in the KKK, and I was saying how her family is old money, and she has like deep South money, and they were like, we're not in the South. Like, motherfucker, you're racist, and you have like shit going on, you're in the South. You know what I mean?
Missouri's not in the South?
I guess it's kind of like in the middle, but like you're in the fucking South.
Bro.
They were like, someone get this man a map. And I was like, somebody get these motherfuckers common sense. It's the South. If it's a story about being rich and old, debutantes and racist, it's the South.
Missouri. I mean, there are sometimes. I mean, if you're not New
I
England,
mean, it's
you're the
definitively
South.
not it's in the
But
middle.
It's an SEC.
it says
But
SEC.
yeah. There you
South.
go. Southeastern Conference.
Southeastern
But
Conference.
if you look at the map, it's very much in the middle. Would you say that Kansas is in the South?
Yep.
Yeah, no, I wouldn't. I wouldn't say that. I would say you really would. Yeah.
If you ask me, is Kansas Southern State? I'd say.
Would
hell
you
yeah.
say can you get up a map that
don't
has
look
other
anymore.
things that we can read?
Yeah, let's just decide Southern states. List me states. I'll decide if it's in the
Okay.
South or not.
Would you call Arkansas in the South?
Yes.
Agreed. Would you call Illinois in the South?
No.
It's touching Missouri. Like 90% of Missouri touches Illinois.
South has nothing to do.
Agreed.
With geolocation.
Would you say Kentucky is in the South?
Yes, definitely.
It's like that touches Missouri. Like they're pretty. Where's the Mason-Dixon line? Right.
North
that
of
way. Okay.
north of all these
Okay.
places. If you're below the Mason-Dixon, you're in the South.
Okay. Kentucky is above the Mason-Dixon
Well,
line.
fucking then never mind. Forget what I just said. Cut it out.
I mean,
It's not.
Oh, it's not? Okay.
Maryland's the Mason-Dixon line. Maryland's like the last southern state.
so it wiggles then. Because I thought.
I kinda think
So
so, yeah.
wait, Nick, did you just do that? Like, did you thought that was it, or you were guessing? Like,
no, I mean
I
it's
was
fucking.
pretty sure of that.
It's the
That
Virginia's separated for it, right? That's why West Virginia became a thing because they
So-
broke off to be in the North.
so it kind of goes up a little bit.
Am I
then?
right on that?
Virginia was a Confederate state.
But why? So Virginia, I knew Virginia was a Confederate state, but I thought
Maryland, West Virginia, Kentucky were all
Okay, so it does
border
kind of.
states.
So okay, no, yeah, okay. Kentucky and Tennessee are definitely both south of the Mason-Dixon.
Let's
right.
keep going.
That black line is okay.
let's just piss off every state.
Okay. Would you say that Louisiana's in the South?
Definitely.
Would you say that Indiana's in the South?
Yep.
Would you say that that North Carolina's in the South?
You almost threw me off by saying North.
Yeah, that one bugs you. Virginia's in the South.
Definitely.
West Virginia's in the South.
Yes.
Delaware's in the South.
No.
Kansas is in the South.
Delaware's just Delaware's
Here's-
not anywhere because it's too irrelevant.
here's
I don't
a- yeah.
fucking I don't know anything about Delaware.
That's one of those states like maybe it doesn't exist.
I know their college bird is like a chickadee. Their college mascot, the Delaware chickadees.
The hen.
It's a hen.
The hen, the blue hens.
You're both fucking losers.
Here, ready? I'm gonna put you this one right here. Blender. Oklahoma.
South.
Yeah, south, but it's really
Big time south.
But it's
Blender touches Texas.
yeah, but
Butcher's knife.
I guess it's almost like more like
like
butcher's
butcher's
knife.
knife.
It does. Yeah.
That's how I know what Oklahoma is.
Oklahoma. I feel
Baker
like
Mayfield and a butcher's knife. Oh, no, I got nothing.
I feel like there's a difference between Texas and Oklahoma and the South, though. You know what I mean? I feel like that's like cowboy South, and then there's like racist South. You know?
Yeah.
Don't get me wrong.
well,
There's racists everywhere. But when I think of like the South over there, it's like cowboys, and Oklahoma's like football and farms and shit. And then I think in the South, it's like the Confederate States.
Yeah,
you know?
I think Texas.
Like, was Oklahoma in the Confederacy? Probably, right?
If it existed,
Yeah, it might not have existed back then. Yeah.
It wasn't a ratified state.
it wasn't. Okay.
Tennessee.
They would have been, though.
In
They
the
wish
South?
they wish they
Definitely.
were around.
For sure.
Everyone in Oklahoma's like, I would have loved to be on
Yeah,
that team.
guys, we would have totally been here. If we were around, I totally would have played for you. I swear to God. Is Ohio in the South?
No.
Is
Parts of it, yes.
that's what I mean, right? You can get some people from Ohio that are Southern, man. Yeah, I mean the rest of them are all very clearly South, Mississippi, Georgia, all those. But so Kansas,
South.
Missouri.
But you can be South and Midwest. So the Kansas is both.
Right.
Kansas
Okay,
is
that's a little
bi.
hybrid. Kansas is South. Missouri,
Missouri South.
Illinois,
No, North.
Indiana.
Based on
Indiana.
that's fucking Illinois is fucking LeBron in like 07. Like Chicago is just carrying Illinois to the north.
Yeah,
Like they're like, look, we got you here. The
Right.
rest of you suck.
Nothing.
Well, I got you up here.
Agreed. I mean, New York is kind of the same way, but there's like Buffalo and some other states that you kind of know. Like, I don't know a fucking thing about Illinois other than Illinois, right? Yeah, other than Chicago, right?
Yeah, I couldn't even
sometimes-
tell you another city.
Sometimes I get nervous that it's actually in Indiana. I've been like saying it wrong my whole life. Like Chicago, Indiana. I don't know another fucking city in Illinois.
I don't think
Wait
I
a minute.
do either.
Wait a minute.
No, we have
Don't
no
you give me a
one.
hint or anything. Another
Like,
city in the state of
Starkville, but that's because that's where the fucking college is,
Starkville, Illinois.
right? That's
Oh,
where University of Illinois is.
Okay. Champaign,
No,
Illinois.
Champaign. What's in Starkville? Nothing.
Mississippi State.
Mississippi State. Okay.
That's just because it's Dion in them, right? Like, I
No,
feel like,
no, that's Jackson.
no, but I'm saying I feel like I've heard like Starkville.
Starkville. That's where
with
Mississippi.
with all-
That's Brandon Walker.
Oh, okay. Yeah, I knew.
So
it was
I
something.
was-
So all right, I'm gonna throw out Champaign though. You were
Illinois
way off.
might be in the South. Yeah.
Starkville, Illinois, you're in the South. I knew Champaign because I had a good friend who went to the University of Illinois. I'm gonna throw that out because that's
Urbana Champagne.
what?
I think it's Urbana Champagne.
Other way around, Champaign-Urbana.
What does that mean?
That it's just
Champaign, Urbana, Illinois.
University of
Kinda like
Illinois.
being like
It's-
Brooklyn,
it's,
New
it's
York,
on
New
two
York.
cities. There's also another college there that they go by Bloomington Normal because it's in
Bloomington.
Okay.
Oh, I was gonna say Bloomington. I knew that one too.
All right.
But that's in a different state
All
as
right,
well.
I'm gonna get one
Springfield,
more.
Illinois.
That's capital.
Oh, I guess I should have guessed Springfield because fucking. That's why the Simpsons are in Springfield. It's in every state.
Fall Out Boy's also from there.
Right.
Fall Out Boys from Spring. Oh, goddamn! I apologize to my gods.
Springfield, Chicago. But I didn't.
Fall Out
I
Boys
couldn't
from
get
right next to me.
Bloomington, and I couldn't.
Fall Out Boys from right next to me. I went to prom with Pete Wentz's cousin.
Whoa!
That's
Nikki flexes.
Yeah.
it was fine.
I don't think I'm a little concerned though. Like I didn't get any of those. I didn't know Springfield. I didn't know Bloomington. I don't think, and I'm throwing out Champaign just because like my one friend. I don't think I could tell you another city in Illinois. Something Illinois, like Illinois, like isn't Obama from there? Like somewhere in Illinois.
Chicago.
South side Chicago. Illinois. Blah blah blah. Illinois. He came from. I got nothing.
I've stopped trying. I respect your continued effort, but I'm in New Jersey.
Man. Well, whether you live in
Joliet. That one stick out at all?
it does.
I would have
yeah.
said Joliet, Montana. I actually like this game. Throw out cities. I'll tell you what state they're in.
John gives the states. It's brought to you by SimpliSafe.
You're the
Whether you live
opposite
in the
of KB.
north or the south, you got to get SimpliSafe to make sure that your home stays safe. All your belongings, like we said, your bed and your phone. That's it, right? But anybody else who has some artwork or some precious valuables, on this week's episode, I told you about my safe, right? I told you about my safe carrying basically junk. And I want to make sure that my safe stays safe and that nobody comes and steals my safe, so I have SimpliSafe. How about that? Keep my safe safe with SimpliSafe.
That makes a lot of sense.
It does.
Yeah.
SimpliSafe is one of the most technologically advanced yet easy and affordable systems to install and make sure that your house and loved ones stays safe from anything from burglars to fires to floods, all the things that happen to Feidelberg's apartment complex in Atlanta. It has 24/7 security and monitoring that it's like smart technology. It's like it can tell the difference between a burglar versus like somebody was playing ball and broke a window with a baseball. So you're not gonna run into any of the false alarm issues. You're not gonna run into any hoops and hidden fees and all those things that you got to do. It's all affordable, easy. You pay month to month. You're not gonna get stuck in any long-term contract. You don't have to have anybody come to your apartment and set it up. You can do it all yourself. And right now, when you go to SimpliSafe.com/KFC Radio, that's SIMPLI safe.com/KFC Radio, you get to customize your system with a free camera and a 60-day risk-free trial. Nobody comes in your house and sets it up for you. You do all that on your own with the sensors and the alarms and the cameras. And next thing you know, you're up and running for a very affordable month-to-month plan. It's SimpliSafe.com/KFC Radio. We just took a bathroom break at KFC Radio, and every time John leaves the bathroom, we know he already pisses in his pants. That's been going on forever. There's always a little bit of dribble because I don't know. He just puts his dick back in too early.
Yeah,
right,
bro. I fucking get dressed wet. Like you think
I know.
You think waiting for my dick
Water's
to stop pissing
different than piss.
before I put it away. I
Kinda.
got things to do, brother.
I feel like you put it in like midstream.
Sometimes I'll just forget. I'll be like, like you kind of like you pinch and pull, and you kind of just like, you know what I'm talking about, right?
Yeah.
Everyone, like you play games, you hold it till it's fucking the
I know
hose
what you're
is full.
talking about, Fights.
Yeah, Jackie knew.
Jackie.
Jackie knew. I don't play the game because I don't find that that does not feel good to me.
Yeah, no.
Yeah, and I'm afraid that one day it's gonna go backwards.
That would be hilarious.
I don't think it would be.
Just start pooping pee. That's what you don't understand how the fucking
No, yeah.
how the
bladder and the poop's
that's how it
connected.
works.
Yeah,
Fucking-
of course.
You send it back with enough force, comes right out
comes
your
out
butt. It does like a Hot Wheel.
Great sound effects. That's some ASMR. If you're listening at home, you got your headphones on. But yeah, so we know he pisses in his pants. And now, over the last, year, maybe 6 months?
It's been going on for a while.
He never puts up his fly.
I remember sometimes. I just regularly forget.
And that, I Googled it. It's the first sign of dementia.
This can't be the first one.
One of the early signs of early.
forgetting your
one of the
free fly?
signs of early onset dementia.
No.
Fucking, you don't believe me? Google it.
I don't want to.
Because if you Google it, then it's true.
Yeah.
Because
I'll be honest,
it was
this
listed.
isn't like,
It was listed as like the list was like early signs are like everyday tasks that and things that like you blah blah blah, and then it like parentheses, and it said like forgetting to zip your fly.
Nah, made it up. I don't think so because it is concerning because it is not. Like this isn't the first time I thought
I
maybe.
did make it up. You're good.
Huh?
I did make it up.
Okay, but
it
it's
should
not
be.
the first
But it should be.
time I thought like I might be losing my mind.
Yeah. Okay. I think I'm gonna save you here. How often? 90% of the time, right? You are on your phone when you're peeing, right? Standing there at the
pretty good
urinal?
amount, yeah.
So you're just distracted by the.
I'm
you
distracted.
know.
I think
like
that's why-
if you didn't have your phone, you would be doing you would be looking at your dick. You'd be holding your dick. You would be. Do you ever do the old man, hands on your hips?
Oh,
and
all
just
the time, yeah.
But what are you doing with your phone?
Well, no, I mean if I'm not on my phone, sometimes I'll do that.
If you don't have your phone, you're doing the old man hips.
If I somehow forget to leave my phone on my desk, I'm just gonna stand there. And, yeah.
Because then I think
Kind of just what's up the wall.
I think if you weren't holding a phone, just talking to my buddy the wall. I think if you weren't holding it and or engaged, you're reading a tweet, oh my god, that's interesting, and then you're just walk away. But I still think I'm just trying to help you out here.
Yeah.
Because I think it's weird.
It's very weird, but it is I
are
forget
you-
things all the.
You're fully forgetting, or are you zipping and it's kind of you don't get it all the way up and
No,
falls
full
down sort of
forget,
thing.
full
You just
forget.
don't.
Yeah. And I
That really
was,
might be. Maybe it's not listed, but it should be.
I was talking to Don when Dante was here last week, and he texted me Monday night, and he's like, "Yo, remember drinks tomorrow?" And I was like, "What are you talking about?" And he's like, "Bro, I told
do
you
you mean?
Friday. I'm gonna be in
Well,
town."
you were drunk.
No, it was just like it was like Friday. I went back and looked at the text. It was like Friday at noon. It was like I was like, oh, I
guess you're right.
I just like I don't know. I don't pay attention to things.
Yeah.
I don't think I'm forgetting. I think I'm never listening or learning or doing.
That's a great like argument against your girlfriend. You know what I mean? Like if she's like, it's like I'm not forgetting. I'm just never
Just not paying
listening.
attention.
Yeah. It's not that I forgot. I just don't ever care about what I'm saying to you.
Pick
So,
which one's worse. I don't know, but
Yeah,
like it's
that's what I
I
mean.
got one of them.
Pick your poison. You should probably figure that out though.
I'll get there.
You know what's one of the funnier things in the world that like still exists, and I think they're on their way out. They're definitely on their way out, and I don't think they're gonna last like too much longer. Is like the troughs at Wrigley, the pee troughs,
Why?
because they're just
I
like
love a good piss trough.
yeah. I mean like, but I mean first of all I don't, and second of all.
Why?
I think it's weird that we just all like are pissing in a fucking trough with our dicks out and stuff. Like, I think that society has like gone.
Kevin's not for the boys. Never.
Yeah, right. Yeah, I'm not.
I mean, look, I'm not down for a swim, but I mean that's a thing they do. They're sliding at the troughs,
Oh,
right? Yeah, it's like a Wrigley tradition. I'm not trying to do that, but I'll rip a piss in it.
the trough is the sliding is disgusting.
Yeah, it's horrifying.
I just feel like we have been going the other direction, where like bars and bathrooms and bars now have like wall to ceiling. What am I? I'm losing my mind now. Yes, floor to ceiling doors.
Yeah, that's
and fully like you know what I mean.
You know what that's for though. That's not that's
That's for drugs. Yeah,
that's
but-
for cocaine.
Yeah, that's for the cocaine. That is absolutely.
That was so much piss. That was so much piss.
And you have the nerve to say to me, "What's wrong with this stuff?" Because when you have a trough full of piss, this is what comes of it.
That was so much piss.
I mean, people got like, you know what that was like in SeaWorld when you're in the
Bro,
when you're
that
in the
was-
splash zone.
bro,
The other
that-
people got hit with the piss like a big wave from Shamu. You got to pull up your poncho. You got to pull your poncho up so you don't get the piss in your mouth. Those people got piss in their mouth, no doubt. Those guys got Wrigley Field piss, beer piss in their mouth, John.
I'm good. Once we get over the initial wave, I'm good. Let's talk piss for the next 40 minutes.
That is disgusting. I think it's very. It's got to be very difficult if you're like a 15-year-old boy in Chicago who's like grown up in this era of like we don't just like let our dicks hang and everything is pretty private, and then you got to go to the ball game with your dad and your grandpa, and it's just like. Oh, 3 generations of dick and balls hanging out, you know? That's not normal anymore.
Like, I remember seeing videos like back in the day, like really drunk people. That used to be just like a thing on the internet, like drunk people trying to walk and like remember like the one guy like trying to walk up a hill. And
Yeah, he's
and
like
shit
falling
that.
backwards, yeah,
And I'm
yeah.
always like, how does someone get that fucked up? And like, I also wonder how you get so fucked up you jump in a pool of piss. Like there's I think I've been the drunkest possible.
Yeah.
I don't think I could get any drunker and wake up in the morning than times I've been drunk before.
Right. And you
never
would never
even crossed my mind
It's
to
gotta
swim in
be.
piss.
It's gotta be more of a desperation money thing, like a bet, right? Like someone's got.
Yeah, that's the same kid who used to drink fucking chocolate milk and mashed potatoes.
Yes, right. It just escalates, and you know what? You get enough
Grab
drunk
a
guys.
fucking chicken sandwich in there.
Yeah, you get enough guys in the bathroom who are like, "I'll throw 5 on it." Next thing you know, the pot's like $900, and this kid's like, "I need rent for the month." Cannonball!
So yeah, some dude's squatting over the end, ripping a shit. Here's a tenner.
God damn. Are you all right?
No,
Go home. You're sick.
Dude,
Go home. It's
the,
okay. Don't worry.
Oh, leads me to my next problem. Coronavirus did a lot of bad things.
Yep.
One of the worst things it did, it just ruined every other sickness. Like we learned nothing from Corona. I was sick last week. No one cared. No one was like, go home. I was like, I don't feel good. They're like,
Anything. You're either Corona or not.
They're like, was it Corona?
Yeah.
Like, I'm like, no, I'm vaccinated. They're like, well, then fucking stop being a pussy.
Yeah.
Like, well, that's...
You could be like, I'm stage 4 cancer. They're like, oh, whatever.
Is this
man.
what happened during the AIDS epidemic? They're like
You're either AIDS or not.
what's your T cell count? You good? Then I don't fucking
shut
care
up, pussy.
about your influenza.
Yo, by the way, I saw some crazy number that was like, we usually get like 30 million cases of the flu, and we got like 4,000. Because it was either like, first of all, they probably lumped everything together with
Yeah.
Corona, and then 2, you probably weren't even going to the doctor. You weren't going out if you just felt like you had the regular flu. But then 3, everyone was just like inside and not spreading it around. But it went from something crazy like tens of millions to like single thousands of the flu this year.
Really?
Which is like, so it was like spin zone. If I'm writing the history books, I'm gonna be like, year 2020. The flu was down 98%. Can you believe it? Yeah, I mean it's Corona or bust.
Hey, Corona or bust. Corona did other things too. Corona just fucking ruined depression. Corona ruined it. Absolutely ruined.
What? Because everybody's got it now.
Everyone's got it.
Yeah.
Everyone's fucking got it. Kevin.
I feel
I'm
so
gonna
bad.
turn into fucking Glenny Balls because everyone's got it. It's like, oh, you know what? I don't miss brunch with my friends. I'm suicidal. Like, there's a difference here between.
I've always said that the people who are truly depressed, the mental health craze has been going on, right? But the Corona version, yep, throw a dollar, yep, dollar. That's got to be infuriating if you're truly like suicidal, depressed.
I'm quitting therapy.
And you've got
listen, I'm on this trend.
I honestly do think I'd quit therapy.
I'm gonna put on a pair of fucking 7-inch inseams and quit therapy. Sorry, I like to be different.
You know what Kate said to me? She said, "Do you know who would be really great for the Oregon Trail? The way he dresses, Heidelberg."
What does that even mean?
No, she thinks you would fit right in on the trail with the way you dress. She was like, "You would put on a hat, and you would have like a jacket." I was like, "You're just naming clothing items." And I don't know if that's a good thing or a bad
He
thing.
would have these shoes there. That would just be great for walking over rocks.
They have laces that you can tie them up with. It's a whole thing. We are all over the place.
All over the place.
I guess technically, let's do an "Am I the Asshole?"
Okay, well, hang on. Let's just run through a few things real quick.
Okay. Bring it on back.
One. I forgot to mention it, and then when you were in your bathroom giggling and stuff, I don't know, because I could hear you giggling. I thought you were taking a video, so I just want to say something real quick. I have heard Kevin's dick crack. It sounds exactly
wait.
what you
That didn't
sound
happen right now.
No. That's
Yeah,
what I thought
that-
you were
you
doing.
have to clear that up.
When you were giggling, I thought
you were filming it.
I thought you were doing
You think
it
I just
again.
You think I had a fucking hard dick and went to the bathroom right now and
Bro,
pee with
I
it?
don't know, man.
That story was told inappropriately. That very much sounded like I just did it right now, right? Yeah. No,
Yeah,
I was
okay.
peeing and I was listening to an audio message, so I chuckled about it, and then Feidelberg made it sound like I was filming my dick crack. I don't think I wanted this on the air.
Oh, well, we got it.
No. I mean, I'm very fine with it, but I was like, so I filmed my dick. Audio, that's right. This is bad. This one's bad. A long time ago, like when we first started talking about this, and so I've had that in the holster, and it's been in my camera roll as just a black because I didn't film I didn't video it. I covered up, I just put the camera down so you could hear it. And I filmed it what was that, a month ago maybe?
I don't know when it was. I know I got it the other day.
Right. So, but when we first started talking about it, so I've had it in my camera roll as just a little black box, So I knew it was that one, and I texted Feits over the weekend being like, just by the way, I filmed, I recorded
You
the
kept
pop.
telling me you had it, and I kept being like, send it, you fucking pussy.
Yeah.
And you're like, I don't know if I'm ready to send you a dick video. And I was
So,
like,
when
it's like,
I-
stop being a bitch and send that dick.
When I filmed it, I was ready to I was like, yeah, this will be funny. And then I was like, moment of truth. Am I really gonna again, not the video, but am I gonna sext Feidelberg anything about my dick? And so it's just been sitting there. And then I brought it up because I thought it was funny that it's just been sitting there. I would see it. I'd go to post 1 Minute Man. I'd go to oh, let me find this picture of this. And every time I'd scroll by that little black box, and I was like, but I didn't delete it for a reason, so there had to be something there. And then Feidelberg called me a pussy enough. I was like, oh, you think I'm a pussy? I'm gonna send you my Crackin dick then. I'll show you, pussy. Here's my dick. And your reaction did not disappoint, as I understand it.
I mean, I put in headphones because I was at a bar when he
Oh,
sent
then you
it.
really got the vibe.
So I put in headphones to hear it, and it was a pretty empty bar, and I got up and sprinted away going, whoa! Here, I'll play the audio for you guys.
Yeah, I mean, let me see. I got a good one on deck here, I think.
That's exactly what it sounds like.
Yeah.
And I felt it in my ears.
It was yeah. I mean, I told you guys.
It's a crack dick.
It's
Your dick crack.
that I was gonna say like should we play it, but I was like that sounded enough. That was it. That thumb crack was just pretend that was my dick. That's the sound. It's fucking great.
It's great.
It's great.
If it is,
You telling me you're not a little jealous?
I wouldn't say
Think
jealous,
about that
curious.
feeling that you get in your fingers. It feels good,
Yeah,
right?
but here's the thing. I gotta do it all the time with my fingers.
Well, your dick can only do it,
Can I do it so much?
That's what I'm saying. If I could crack my dick at all times, that would probably be a problem. Then I would probably be injured. It's, only every now and then that it's even possible. So then it's kind of a special thing. It's great. I was happy. A part of me was like, I hope this doesn't disappoint. And then the fact that you were like, I just got up and ran around the bar. I was like, yeah, I got a good dick crack. Like, imagine how that would have been the weirdest thing of all if you were like,
lame
dick crack.
lame cock crack, bro.
this is the weirdest show we've ever done. Talking about jerking each
I'm
other
really
off.
enjoying it.
Yeah, it's a great one. It's an absolute great one. I just want, so I was kind of not vindicated because it wasn't like, I don't think you guys ever said I was like lying, but when I talked about my dick crack, there was enough crackers. We're taking that word back. Crackers unite. We're not crackers. We're crackers. We are those who crack. So there was enough guys being like, me too, and I was like, yes, we are not alone. Also,
Hashtag me too.
Oh no. A lot of buzzwords there.
Also, I'm completely cleared. Tons of social media feedback. A lot of people have defeated sex fight on their recommended for them on Pornhub. So it is like a campaign that Pornhub's pushing, or like defeated sex fight, like paid money to be. You probably pay money for that, right? Put me on the front
I guess
page.
a pretty penny.
Yeah, it's like being on New Music Friday. Yeah, on the recommended for you defeated sex fight. And I loved, my favorite thing of all was this one guy. So a lot of people were like, dude, don't worry, like me too, or me also, or as well. But one guy called it best because I gotta watch it. I have not watched it yet, but it always catches my eye, and I see like a thumbnail here and there. And this guy said, a lot of fight porn in my recommended for sure. The weirdest ones are the male-female ones because it's a no contest to begin with. And I was thinking, there is a part of me that was like,
he's taking a dive.
He would yeah. He went on to say like he gets worried about the guys getting hit in the balls. He's like, but I find myself just worrying about the dudes who get hit in the balls in this fight. But yeah, like I was thinking, I like my porn to be a little bit realistic. And if it was a sex fight between a man and a woman, he would absolutely dominate you. You would just get knocked the fuck out, naked lady. Bullshit. At least the lesbians is a fair fight.
Didn't even give her a titty twister. That's the first move, obviously.
If you were in a fight with a chick, and you obviously can't just like unload on her, would you titty twist?
Yeah, I'll go purple nipple right away. Say uncle. I mean, if I was in a sex fight, if I was in a paid sex fight.
Okay, what if you're in a regular, if you're in a bar fight with a girl? You do the bear hug, right?
Who am I? Yeah, like who am I? I mean, if she's like a chick from John Wick, I don't know. I'm probably gonna have to fight or she'll kill me.
Right? No, she's not John Wick, but let's just say she's like kind of a tough chick, but like she's drunk, so she's not gonna settle down, and you're in some sort of like sanctioned like fight, some sort of like actual squared up fight.
A sanctioned fight with a woman.
Yes. You're in the bar, and
bar
for some reason,
in Bolivia.
Yes, you're in a Bolivian bar, and like you bump into her, she bumps into you, and there's some words exchanged. She's a little belligerent.
Changes into a ref's outfit real quick.
Yes, and the bartender's like, in Bolivia, this is how we handle things. Fight.
I also meant Bolivia is definitely a South American country. I was trying to say
thinking of Russia.
Yeah, I wanted to say
Bratislava.
Bratislava, sure.
So the Bratislavan, because this is how we handle. You fight, and you're like, I'm gonna beat the fucking shit out of this girl. So, but like I can't do that. But she's coming at me. I think that's the move.
Did he just say? Nah, because you can't go. You can't if you're in a real fucking rumble with a girl. I mean, then you gotta get your hands up. You gotta keep your hands up.
So would you go with the? But I don't know. If you Listen, if I'm ready to fight you and you somehow get in and put the clamps on, I'm not punching in the face. I'm like trying to keep your hands off me. Your whole, Mike Tyson says everyone's got a plan to get punched in the mouth. Everyone's got to get a plan. Everyone's got a plan until they get their nipples pinched, and then it's like you're in defense mode. You're on the defensive right there. I feel like you could titty twist a girl into submission. She's like, never mind. I'm sorry. You're right. I'm sorry.
No,
Stop.
you couldn't. You definitely couldn't.
Because then,
bra. They were protection. They're like fucking Barry Bonds at the plate.
That's true. They got that.
Yeah, those
I'll lean over. I'll give you my. Go ahead. You're not even gonna get
my
there.
nipples are vulnerable.
Yeah,
Hers
are out.
Victoria's protected them.
She's got pads. She maybe got those chicken cutlet things in there. She's got all sorts of protection.
Yeah.
So all right, then you go bear. Go bear hug.
I can barely get to a woman's nipples during sex, let alone a fight.
How about this? I had this thought the other day. Have you ever? I'm not even gonna say it like this. I
You
guess
trying to fucking just jersey a girl with her bra just so you get her nipples out.
pull it up and over. You're getting dummied by your bra. Have you ever put on a bra? Right?
No, I don't think.
I think that's something that you could say that like 99% of guys would be like, I've taken them off, but I've never put them on.
Yeah, I mean, I'd be able to do it. It would have to be big enough.
Well,
but,
what girls usually do,
you put
they do
on
it in the front and then they
spin.
twirl it, right?
Yeah. You can't put it on back.
Right. No, I mean that'd be crazy. It's
I
like,
guess I can get my hands back.
I mean,
there
you
pretty
could
easily.
do it, but it would be a lot harder.
That doesn't make any sense.
But I think
It's very normal to
you do it in the back.
you do in the back. Yeah.
Oh, I've always seen girls
I've
flip
only
and
seen
spin
the
around.
front.
Is that like an old young thing?
I mean, if you
Are
like,
girls your age putting them on backward, like in the back?
Yeah.
I could
It's
get
not that hard.
there. I don't know. I see the front more often than the back.
Me too.
I also don't see it very often, but
The front and twist, the front and spin.
the front and spin.
Front and spin is the move.
Who doesn't know the front and spin?
Yeah. I don't know why that popped into my head. I was just thinking like, I can take these things off, but I mean, I could. Yeah, I'm not like I can't crack the case, but but it's a weird thing to be like I never put them on. Am I the asshole? Sure.
One more thing.
One more thing, John. Go ahead.
Speaking of sex, I read an article. Well, not read an article. Saw a Barstool Sports blog post the other day about this woman who's an investigative journalist, and she went to an orgy of sorts and interviewed people while they were fucking her.
Mm-hmm.
Let's normalize this. I think this is a fantastic idea. I think conversations during sex should be far more common than what they are. I am so pro conversations during sex.
Like about anything?
About absolutely anything. I think that it makes it less serious, which is
Always
really
fun.
a plus
Yeah,
for me and everything.
I think that's a very
I think it makes you
important
last
thing.
longer.
Yeah.
And I think it just like it prolongs the experience. And I think you're probably gonna have more fun if it's like,
You know what?
Let's just fucking have a chat.
I
And
agree.
hey, you know what? Pop over.
Yeah.
Anyway, how was the day? Look at the show.
Well, I
up
don't know
here.
if I
what do
want
you think
you
about the Mayor of Easttown finale?
Maybe we leave the black lung cough. Maybe we leave the coal miner part at home. But I'm with you. The best sex I've ever had has been like, you're just kind of in and out. You're just like talking, chatting. Like
Yeah.
it starts off maybe with some dirty talk, and then you have a funny moment, and then next thing you know, you're like, remember that time? I would say I would like to keep it somewhat sexually
Nope.
based.
Nope.
Yeah.
Nope.
I don't, because you know what? I don't want to talk.
You fucking dirty talk one
No,
time.
it's
I
not
swear
even
to
dirty
God.
talk. I wanna-
Well, no, I'm constructing the rules. We're only allowed to talk about the weather.
Yeah, that's what I mean. It's all small talk. I don't want to have, whether I'm inside you or not.
No, I think it's a time to have small talk. Because I think
The only time it's bearable.
It's the only, yeah, it's
Yeah.
like, oh, all right, sure. How was your day? My day was fine. How was your day? I don't
Actually,
know.
what we should do, you know what you should do? Since girls want to tell you about their work day, you should institute a rule. You can only complain to me about work while we're fucking. And then it's going to last long.
that is so Jasmine.
She's going to take her time. It's going to last a really long time. It's going to be like, she's going to be like, let's go again because I got to tell you more about Deborah. I think if you made the rule, you can only complain about work.
We'd be like, what? Save Deborah for another time because
Yeah, because I can't. Yeah,
I'm doing it tonight.
That would be funny. Imagine that scene. You got to write that sketch. Like she's getting to the big thing. Like, and then the PowerPoint presentation came, and she said, and you're like, that's it. Sorry, no more. I came. You can't tell me about the PowerPoint presentation. You can tell me about the conference room next time. We're fucking
I
sorry.
think it's. I would just like I would do it for hours. I could have sex for hours if we were talking during it.
Just a
And,
steady-
take a little break and you just kind of chill. I don't have to fucking come every time. Whatever, let's just wrestle, man. I'm basically just
I'm with
I
that.
just miss wrestling.
You know what? You need YP back. You just need a good old romp with
Isn't
YP.
there someone who just wants to wrestle?
Can we now do Am I the Asshole? Are we there yet? Yeah. We'll just do a couple quick ones because this is obviously a very long podcast. The Mets are just killing me, man. Top of the second, they're down 5-4. You put up 4 in the first half, in the first inning, and then you come back and you just hand them 5. That's brutal. You get 4 off Bumgardner, and you can't make it hold up in the first goddamn inning. God. Okay, am I the asshole? We had a bunch, but I'm going to have to, like I said, abbreviate it here and sift through them because today's Am I the Asshole is brought to you by Bare Bottom Clothing, the most comfortable clothing in the game, the softest T-shirts. They are made. I think I cracked the case. They churn a bunch of butter, slow churned.
Okay.
Until it's like super buttery, and then they go. You know those Cold Stone Creamery type ice cream places where they scrape it, and they whip it, and then that becomes like soft, and then you mix that with they harness a cloud. They mix the butter and the ice cream in a cloud, and you put that together, and that's how the bare bottom shirts come out. Whether you're getting the long sleeve shirt or the long sleeve tee or the short sleeve tee, they also have these hoodies that are called like denim knit. And it's not like they're jeans, but they're like heavier. They're like there's some good weight to them, and there's some good like cross stitching or something going on. Where it's like this is some real shit. And then I've got the joggers when I want to go out in public. They have like these jogger jeans that are actual denim, comfortable clothing all around. Whether you are indoors, outdoors, whether you're lounging, whether you want to look sharp, solid colors that'll go with anything. So it's a very modern look. And now that the summer's here, they've got their stretch shorts. So, I'm a pants guy, but I've been so fucking hot in this goddamn office.
You have been going shorts.
Yeah, I'm going to have to go shorts, and that's where I go with the stretch shorts from Bare Bottom. Right now, they got one of the best deals in the game. You can get 2 pairs of the stretch shorts, plus the antimicrobial. I almost feel like that's a name, microbial. And I am anti-microbial. He's Mike Robiel is running for office. I am anti-microbial.
He's the guy who hosts Dirty Work.
Yeah,
Dirty Jobs.
Yeah, it does sound like Mike Rowe, right? Mike Robiel. Anti-microbial? Am I saying this right or wrong?
Antimicrobial.
Antimicrobial. And moisture wicking.
yeah.
So you can get all that. 2 pairs of the stretch shorts plus the moisture wicking tech tee for under $100. And right now you get free shipping on that order when you go to barebottomclothing.com. That's BEAR like the animal, bottomclothing.com. Use code KFC and get free shipping on that first order. I feel like this is something you would do. Am I the asshole?
Love hearing that going into an Am I the Asshole? This sounds a lot like you fuck.
Am I the asshole for refusing to be my friend's baby's godfather after I was given a legally binding contract to sign with requirements attached? And as I read the whole title, I think this is something that all of us would do. But let's get into it. My friend was thrilled that I said yes to being the godfather. I'm cutting through here because there's a lot of details that I really guarantee don't matter. The next day, he dropped off an envelope with some papers in it. After he left, I looked at the envelope. It was a legal contract that needed to be signed in order to be the godfather. Obviously, I thought this was a bit overboard, but I read it anyways. It has many things I must do as the godfather, such as I must go to every Catholic event in which Jane attends, such as christening, confession, confirmation, which I know are normal events for a Catholic child's life, not a big deal. Then we get into the ridiculous things. I have to consider, quote, becoming Catholic. I must give a gift.
Considered. No.
Yeah, tried. Don't like it. I must give a gift of at least $500 for all these events. On birthdays and Christmas, I must give $250, and it must be cash only. Oh, no, sir. It gets worse. I am expected to save over Jane's 18 years, $25,000. Set it aside for Jane's future college tuition. Her parents will provide the rest. The list goes on to include various things such as being willing to cancel any plans I have if they need me to watch Jane or if they go on vacation. Many of the other things on the list were silly or not a big deal, like I have to spend time with her once a week. I called my friend. I said, "There's nothing personal, but there's no fucking way I'm doing this." I paraphrase that. That's what I'm saying. He got mad and said they're the only family I'm the only family he's got, and I should be thankful and honored. He said, I am the only family he's got. So he's like, fuck you. You don't even have family, so you should sign this. I give her $100 a year in her country. That's a ton of money in her country. What's going on here?
How are you supposed to spend a week, times one every week to live in a different country?
Yeah. So he says he brought up that he brought up that he knows I am a godfather to a niece and I send her money, which I do. I send her $100 a year, so it's in a different country. He essentially told me I'm not, he thought I was a good guy, but apparently not. I'm selfish. He blocked my number and my email. He's basically broken up. He ended things. Since he ended things, I shredded the papers he gave me, left them in a bag, put them in a mailbox for him. I like that move. With me telling him that it was a shame that he ruined our friendship. Lastly, I will note that together this couple makes over $200,000 a year. My wife and I make not even $35,000 a year. Brother, if you and your wife don't make $35,000, why are these people even asking you to be a godfather in the first place? I mean, this is. I thought there was maybe going to be some gray area or something.
I have many questions here. First of all, how does someone like this, how do they quietly live in your life for so long?
Yeah, like
how are you surprised by this?
Like you should be like, oh, my dickhead friend.
It's a classic Richie move.
Yeah. Maybe it is. Well, or it could be the wife. Like the mom is the one.
But like that, I don't look. I know you're gonna be like, you don't know what's like in a relationship like that. I would be like, listen here, you insane person.
No, yeah, I would.
We're not doing a fucking contract for my friend.
Mm-hmm.
Like but also maybe this is a bit on him for I don't know, being living his whole life like someone who might fulfill these responsibilities. Like I'm a godfather. When I didn't attend the baptism, they were like, "Yeah, we didn't think you were gonna come." And
wait. You didn't do the baptism?
No, I couldn't make it.
That's when you do the Godfather thing.
I had a surrogate go for me.
Then that's the Godfather. Then he is the Godfather.
I had a work obligation, Kevin. I was actually out of country. I literally was.
You're not the Godfather.
they were like,
that's a cool ass couple. Like, yeah, we didn't think you were gonna come.
Yeah. They were like, you got to come up to meet the pastor, and I was like, well, I'm in New York. I'm probably not gonna do that.
That's okay. That's fine though.
But
then to not be there.
And then they are shocked every time I get him a present. Yeah. They're like
the bar's so low.
They're like, you got to stop spending money on them.
Yeah. Well, what's funny? I mean, my God.
Also, by the way, if for anyone who is has to buy presents for a kid, just get him the same fucking present every time. It's unbelievable. I just have a thing. I just get him I get him sneakers. I just give him cool sneakers.
Oh yeah. Okay.
And it's just he's got
but
these.
they're different sneakers.
Yeah, different sneakers. But it's just I don't ever.
I thought at
think
first it
about
was just get him the Star Wars Legos every time.
I just go on StockX. I'm like, all right, I'll get a baby Jordans. Here you go.
Yeah, that's cool. I like that. I also think it's cool if you can get something. I don't have an example of this, but it just popped into my head. If you can get something that grows on it, you know what I mean? You get a gift and then here's the expansion pack or here's the toy that now you can.
He's gonna have a crazy sneaker collection. Not gonna fit in any of them, but
I am thinking right now. I don't think the godparents to my children have given them anything ever.
Yeah, so your bar is even lower than my friends.
But I didn't even have a bar.
I
did not. I never once thought of this as you will now give my kid an extra gift. I didn't think that this was anything other than a informal.
Yeah, it's very much
figurehead, whatever word. Yeah, formality.
Yeah.
I mean, what's funny is it's rooted in if I die, you have to take care of the baby, and I don't think anybody thinks of that anymore.
Right.
I think my godparents, I believe, are mine is this set of aunt and uncle. So theoretically I could go like live with them. But like my kids are like split up.
I was gonna say that's
so
how,
it's like
my family's split up
because
Yeah,
because
one from
what
each
you're doing is throwing like this person a bone. Like
Yeah.
we love you and we want you to feel special. It's all about. I honestly think picking the godparents is about making the godparents feel special.
for sure.
You know,
and you
So-
kind of do. Like,
yeah,
you're
definitely.
As long as you don't get this fucking contract.
But what I
in the
don't
mail afterwards.
like, I have a real problem with people. I think I've caught you do this a couple times. I don't like when people say like my goddaughter.
I have said it because it's not. I think it's different. Like, he's not my niece or
nothing
my
else,
nephew.
right? Okay,
So, it's like it's my friend's kid. So it's like I don't
Fair.
know, friend's kid is a
fair.
little weird.
But then
If it was my niece or nephew, I would definitely just say niece or
niece or
nephew.
nephew. If it's but then like when you're talking, like I guess it's like this kid would come up so rarely in conversation, it wouldn't be a thing.
Yeah, like I mean, I've talked about him once, twice.
Yeah. So I get, but to me, it would be like I would be like I gotta go to like my friend's party. Like you know his kid is turning like 1, and I'd be like, you gotta go to like your friend's kid's birthday party, and he's my godson. Like,
Yeah. So
rather
we're
than
just, we're just
lead
skipping
with
a sentence.
Yeah, I just don't like the people leading. I used to go to college with a kid who like talked about his goddaughter ad nauseum. Be like, I gotta go see my goddaughter. Like she's so cute. I gotta get a present for my goddaughter. And I was like, bro, you're just talking about like this 8-year-old girl. Like you go see a lot. Like it's fucking weird. It's like that's just someone else's kid that you hang out with and you call her your goddaughter. I'm the Godfather.
Legally obligated once a week. He has to.
Yeah, maybe he signed the contract here.
I
I do think there's something at play here because the added info was like, because I think a lot of people started to say what I just said. Maybe the wife did it, and this person says many people that come from her country tend to be married to, let's say, wealthier men here, and there's the whole
wealthier men.
yeah.
Instead of what?
Well, I think
What was the other phrase you were
I think he
using?
was trying to be like polite, like basically saying that they're like sugar daddies.
Oh, I see.
I think so. They tend to live lavish and spend a lot on their kids. So I don't know. There's some sort of weird country happening here. I think that, but like either way, fuck off. Like do not. I think I just remember being like my friend had to go to the parish to like sign some paperwork and stuff, and I was like, I am so sorry that this is even inconveniencing you for 1 second. This dumb archaic tradition.
That's
Like, I
it's
fucking
like
hate
when we
it,
started
man.
the thing talking about with the guy who jumped out the window. Like the whole thing, I'm like, oh, now I have chores.
It's a thing.
Like,
Yeah, this is
it's
just
not-
an issue now. Yeah, that's trash.
Me and my godfather, even like our whole lives, and it's my first time ever calling him my godfather.
Yeah,
my
right,
uncle,
right.
who I
See,
just call by his
weird.
name.
Yeah.
And like my whole life, and still to this day, is how it is. Like he gets me a present for Christmas. Well, I mean, he's my uncle. He gets me a present no matter what. But I get him a present, and we always kind of meet up a little later in the night on Christmas. And like,
have a drink.
just like, do you like what I got you? And I'm like, yeah. Did you like what I got you? He's like, yeah. And then we both go, what did I get you? Because
Whatever your
his
wife
got it
bought
for
and
me,
whatever your
and
mom
my
bought.
mom bought it
Yeah,
for him.
yeah,
Like we have
yep.
no idea. What
For
was
sure.
up.
For sure. I like that. But then it's also like we just don't have to do this, We can just stop doing this silly tradition. Okay, last one here. This is actually from Reddit Ships. My roommate, 22 female, wants to raise pigeons in our new apartment. Kind of an odd situation. I, 21-year-old female, found myself in recently.
It is so hard reading people who can't write.
Found
Like,
myself
and by the way, it's everyone. No one can write.
Everyone's an idiot. But my roommate and I recently moved into an apartment in the city, and she's been talking about how she wants to, quote, befriend pigeons and care for them in my apartment. At first, I thought she was joking. However, it turns out that she's actually kind of serious about this. We met through a mutual friend, and it hasn't been too long since we've been living together, about a week. I've definitely told her, no, we're not having any pigeons whatsoever. But she argues that it's humans' fault that pigeons are dependent upon us and that we need to, quote, save them. I've told her that pigeons are dependent on cities, but not necessarily day-to-day human care. They do perfectly fine outside as it is, and realistically, the amount of space, poop to clean, chirps, and every other responsibility she'd have to think about when it comes to raising animals. Plus, we'd have to pay extra rent, which I'm not willing to do.
Pay extra rent.
I think she was gonna declare it as a pet, because that's what $50 a month because of a dog is like usually what they do. I'm not sure if we got through to her and this fantasy of raising a cage of pigeons in a room, but it's really frustrating to even have to explain this to someone. I've honestly never had this problem before, and it's baffling that she wants to bring birds into our apartment. Either way, it's been one of the weirdest arguments that I've ever had to have with a roommate. I've been knocking over pretzel bits she's been leaving on the window ledge in order to attempt to lure the pigeons over to our room. But boy, oh boy, is it taking. But it's like talking to a child. I did not sign up for this.
Bro, how fucking miserable if you were a pigeon and you got to be Spider-Man in New York City. You get to fly wherever you wanted, swing around, eat whatever you want, stop all the crime you want.
Yep.
And then some fucking girl just kidnaps you, puts you in a cage, and like, this is for your well-being. That's insane.
Yeah, I mean that is one of the worst
Do you
worst
remember?
roommate situations I've ever heard in my life.
Do you remember one of my blogs for Barstool, New York, way back in the day, when the pigeon got in my apartment?
Vaguely.
So I had these two pigeons that would sit on the ledge. Is when I had that. So my old apartment, I lived on like 72nd or something like that. 72nd, like way Upper East Side, like by.
You were on like 72nd, like York, right? You were like all the way east, no?
Yeah, it's like it was by like Ryan's daughter.
Yeah, that's
It was
pretty
a
far
few
east.
blocks
though.
from Ryan's daughter.
Yeah, that's like First or almost York. That's way over east.
It was like the weirdest setup where like the toilet wasn't in the bathroom. The toilet was in my bedroom, in a closet. And then
Sorry, one more time.
the toilet was in my bedroom in a closet. So like,
Isn't that just a bathroom?
but it was just like but there wasn't a
There was
sink
no
in it.
sink?
There was no
mirror,
shower.
there was no nothing?
There was
Okay.
it was just a toilet in a closet. And
Was there there was no sink?
there was no sink. There was no nothing.
Because I was gonna say usually they call it a half bathroom, but that has a sink.
There was
so this
no
was just
sink.
a toilet and a closet. Okay, you're right.
And then it was like, and my room was so small that you had to jump over my bed to get to the bathroom. But that was the only fucking toilet in the apartment. So like my roommate would like regularly like step on my
What about
bed
it?
like in the morning.
But there was a place to shower.
Yeah.
That just didn't have a
no toilet in it. And
You guys were just peeing in the tub, then,
in the
right?
sink all the time. Yeah.
Yeah.
Well, but they were like always these two pigeons that just sat on the ledge and would like watch you shit and stuff. And like I just like took pictures of them. I like wrote a blog about like these fucking pigeons
Yeah,
that
yeah,
won't
yeah,
like
yeah.
leave me alone. And then like the next day, like they read the blog, they fucking came in because I left the window open all the time. And they came in, and I fucking slammed my bedroom door shut, and they just wreaked havoc.
Yeah, I'm sure they just
They
went nuts.
shit
They're like, "We're trapped."
everywhere. It was like they held in shit. They were like, "You've been making us watch you shit for so fucking long." These
Shoes on the other foot now,
these
poop
birds
boy.
came in, left fucking feathers. Like they got in there, had a wrestling match, took a couple of big shits, and were like, "Fuck this guy, we're out of here." It was, I like, this is an old blog I had taken out, but like, it had pictures of the shit. Like it was.
Oh my god.
It was absolute hell.
Dude, between the pigeons and the rats in the other apartment, you have had some wildlife issues in your living spaces. Goodness gracious. Jackie, you moving apartments?
Oh right.
Yeah.
Sight unseen, no bed.
No bed, no furniture. No
Roughly what
nada.
neighborhood? Do you know?
Um,
Don't give out the streets. Just like, do you know the neighborhood name?
East Village.
Oh, okay.
Yeah.
So you're going
It's
big.
much
You're
better.
going bougie.
It's much better. Well,
Yeah.
I have like, it's like a shoebox of a room.
Right. But East Village is much
Yeah.
better than you were living on.
I
Like,
mean, I think I saw on your
250th
Instagram
Street.
story yesterday a fucking spiral staircase.
Yeah.
But
I'll tell you what.
it's like I've already hit my head. Like
Yes,
it's
I was
gonna
gonna.
be
So
an
that's what I was
issue.
gonna say.
It's gonna be an issue.
The single most. This looks fancy, but is so impractical and stupid, and like you don't actually want to have it. Is a spiral.
Oh, every
staircase.
time I go down a spiral staircase, my back's about to break.
You know what? I almost want to, like, when you go down it, I'm like, I'm going to turn around and do this like a fucking ladder. Like, it's easier to go down backwards. It's so steep. And if you're drunk or you have to carry things up that shit,
Yeah.
it's like,
well, the issue is like we have
might as well have a fire pole.
like there's fourth floor and then third floor and then but then the fourth floor goes straight into one of my roommate's rooms. So then but then she's gonna seal it off. So we have to use the staircase, which is just a weird setup.
Yep.
But anyways, the staircase is gonna be an issue.
Yeah. I mean, you guys drunk?
Yeah,
Bunch of drunk
yeah,
girls
yeah,
on it.
yeah.
So you have to use the staircase to get, like you can't just stumble in for the night and just stay on that first floor. You're going to have to go up. Oh,
No, I have to because my room's up there. So
He's like, oh.
She's already that's the exact face and motion she's gonna do when she has to go up those stairs. I would almost rather have a fucking rope and like put my feet up and like climb up a wall that way than do a spiral staircase. I would rather climb up and rappel down than use a spiral
and
staircase.
it's like they're just so. I just don't. It's yeah.
So
we'll see how it is.
you and how many friends?
3 friends.
So 4 girls, fucking brothel. But we've got rid of like the Turkish woman and the Colombian man and the
Yeah.
Those guys who were probably murderers and all that kind of stuff,
It
right?
was a sad goodbye.
Yeah, was it?
The Turkish woman and I, as much as I complained, like
You guys were boys.
We were boys, but yeah, end of an era, and now
End of like a 6-month era.
yeah. But now I have to like, I'm over being an adult. I can't.
Welcome
I have
to
to
the
get to
club.
bed. I have to get.
Girl,
it's
it
ridiculous.
sucks.
Yeah.
It sucks.
Guess
Oh,
what? It's all downhill from here.
Yep.
It doesn't
Don't-
get better.
No,
Why
it
would
really
you-
doesn't. Just like don't. Here's the lesson in life. Don't add responsibility. That's it.
Well, I didn't have a choice.
No, you're fine. Getting an apartment's not adding responsibility. It's like
Oh, don't have
when you
kids.
get married, when you have kids, when you do these things that are just like now I have more bills, I have more stress, I have things that like I can't pick my own schedule. All of that shit is not fun. I was watching that Liam Neeson movie. Doesn't matter. In this movie, the one guy is a dad. It was 2 cops. One guy's a dad, and one guy's not.
Is this another Liam Neeson
No,
movie?
same one.
Okay.
Same one. He what you'd be above that watching 2 Liam Neeson movies in short times? He's
I
like,
wouldn't be above it. I would just be surprised.
he goes, he's like, yeah, man, like, but I'll tell you, like, once I had a kid, my whole life changed, man, my whole perspective. I thought I loved my wife. I do love my wife, but I love my kids on a way I didn't. Blah 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 blah. And the guy goes, yeah, but isn't that just a sales pitch? Isn't that you guys just trying to like talk
everyone's
yourself
trying to
into
fucking
it?
be like, all right,
You're trying
I'm
to
gonna be
justify
miserable. Like I'm gonna try and get everyone else.
Because
to
like,
do.
let's tell it like it is. It's super cute and fun and fulfilling and love and all that. But the actual practicality of it is like, I can't do what I want to do. I can't go where I want to go anymore. I can't spend the money on what I want to spend it on. All of that shit is tangibly miserable. And yeah, when they smile one time, it erases all that. But, it's not fun. So just stay. It's like Billy Madison. Just stay here.
We had a conversation one time where I was like Zach was like, "Do you want to get married?" And I was like, "I've never thought about that." Like, I've
Did
never
Zach?
asked that question? Yeah.
Like
that-
proposed?
no.
It's like we got a bigger story on our hands.
He was real drunk that night.
I did phrase it like that.
Do you plan on getting married?
But then,
Yeah.
then I was like, I've never thought about that. Like, nobody's asked me that. And then like I was telling you, and you like single-handedly talked me out of marriage, and I don't think I want it anymore.
I don't remember that conversation, but it sounds about right. Sounds about right. But yeah, that's gonna be a fun apartment. Good stuff. So anyway, you can't raise Pigeons to your fucking apartment. That's one of the more ridiculous.
That
things
was
I've
a
heard.
pretty quick one.
Yeah, like, there's just
Pigeon's
no.
gonna be miserable. You're gonna be miserable.
I will say.
Waking up to coos might sound nice though.
Yeah. How about that morning dove? Did you know that? Kelly Keys talked about that on.
I'm not a good cooer.
Did you know that those birds that go? How do they do it? They go. Ooh ooh ooh. I can't do it 'cause I don't know. But they have like the same cadence, like ooh 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 ooh.
I have no
I'm not
idea.
doing it good enough, but they have the same beat every time, and it's called a morning dove. I thought it was like a fucking owl or some shit because they are kind of hooting, but you would know it if you fucking heard it.
I don't think I know about
It was
morning doves at all.
it was on Lowering the Bar. It was like, what's your favorite sound in the world? And Kelly said that, and then they played it, and everyone was like, oh yeah, I do fuck with that bird sound. But maybe no, you can have. There is one animal that is an acceptable pet. 1.5, I might allow a kitten. It's a dog, and that's it, man.
Yeah.
Everything else, any other animal that you bring into your living space is fucking patently ridiculous.
It not
Especially
only
if
is it
you're doing, like,
ridiculous, it's just
like
it doesn't make
parrots
any
and-
sense because it's just gonna give someone an already negative vision of you, and you got to battle uphill.
Yes.
Don't
yeah,
ever
it's
battle
like,
uphill.
You don't
And
want to
it's
be
like, look,
the bird guy. You don't want to be the ferret guy.
maybe on an off chance you can be a normal guy who owns a ferret, but everyone's gonna be like, that's a weird guy, and then you got to
Yes.
battle that
Yes.
fucking first impression.
There's
the rest
only
of your
one
life.
time in the history of the world when that one girl from Twitter was like, I would never fuck a guy with a bird, and then Marty Mush was like, what about me? Like that was like some super hot chick that he started talking to about birds. Other than that, every other time it's been like, you got birds, you fucking weird. Ferrets, reptiles, amphibians, guinea pigs, any sort of vermin. I own a hamster. No. Fish are different. I think of fish as decorations.
Yeah.
I think a cool
a moving
aquarium.
painting.
I actually think just having an aquarium would be cool. You put the little the little scuba guy, and the bubbles are going up, and you have those cool little huts, and they're all like Technicolor, and you get the colored rocks. I might just get a fucking aquarium with no fish in it, or get like robotic fish. Just have like little robots fucking floating around. So that's kind of different. Otherwise, fucking dogs, and I will allow maybe a kitten. Cat, not cats. You could have a kitten, and then you got to get rid of it in like 6 weeks. Voicemail time. It's brought to you by Roman. Roman is in motherfucking Walmart now, man. That's when you know that you have
On
made
Hulu.
it to the big time. On Hulu, they got their own Roman condoms now. They have officially made it, and all on the back of the Roman swipes. I bet you if you look at their numbers.
Which guess what? If you're someone like me and you're like, we should have full conversations during sex.
You're gonna need it.
Just use a swipe.
Yeah, that like I said, when that girl wants to tell her story about the PowerPoint you're about to come, she's gonna pull you out, rub that on. I'm gonna finish my story complaining about my boss, man. If you want to have chit chats during sex, you want to last longer, get your Roman swipes. You want to make somebody come last longer, get your Roman swipes. You want to mutually jerk off your friend. You want it to be a long session. Get your Roman swipes. It's fast acting, but it doesn't require a prescription. You can order right now as low as $5. They get delivered. There are these little moist towelettes that you rub on your dick that numbs you up just enough so that you can last longer, but not that you can't come at all. So it's really the perfect blend. And you can go to getroman.com/KFC to get your first month of swipes for just $5 when you choose a monthly plan. That's getroman.com/KFC.
Hey, what's up, chicken heads? I have a simp story. When I was in high school, I was really into this guy, and he played guitar, and he told me he was trying to learn a certain song, so I worked extra hours to get money to buy a guitar. I spent days teaching myself the song, told him that I had learned it if he wanted to hear it, went over to his house where he proceeded to tell me that this was perfect because now he could call the girl that he was into and pretend to play the song while I played the song out of view while he was on the phone.
Wait, what was he going to do with it? He was going to call the girl and like play it or just say?
Say it was him, I think.
I didn't hear it.
Yeah, can you like play that last bit? Because that like just because someone else can play the song doesn't help you out really.
He didn't tell me that this was perfect because now he could call the girl that he was into and pretend to play the song while I played the song out of view while he was on the phone.
So that still requires her to be like, all right, start playing. You gotta play. So by the way, I didn't realize this was happening, but like we asked for everyone to send in their simp stories, and we've had a couple people step up to the plate. A bunch of cowards here at Barstool who wouldn't tell their simp stories, but we've gotten people calling in each week to give out their lowest down bad moments.
I like this one. Ladies is Sims too.
Yeah, ladies is Sims too. Go on, dust your shoulders off. I think it's only a simp move. It's a simp move to like learn music for somebody, but that's also like if in your attempt to simp you like learned a fucking song, it's like
No,
like,
Kevin.
I think this is only a simp move if she agrees to then fucking play the song for the other girl. If you learn to play a song for someone and then it's like, wow, I went like all out for this dude who has no interest in me, but at the end of the day it was like I got a guitar and learned how to play it. I'm not that upset about that.
I would be.
If you play it for the next girl, you are a fucking simp.
I think it sounds like she must have been a musician already. Like I don't think she just fucking bought a guitar.
I thought she said that. I thought
Did
she
she say
got
that?
a guitar.
I didn't hear it.
You're great at this one, Jack. Play it again. Stellar producer.
Hey, what's up, chicken heads? I have a simp story. When I was in high school, I was really into this guy, and he played guitar, and he told me he was trying to learn a certain song, so I worked extra hours to get money to buy a guitar.
Oh,
I
wow.
spent days teaching myself.
So that's like super
Okay,
hardcore
so-
simp, but I also think that it's like, all right, now I play the guitars. It's not like you can't,
But you play one song.
Yeah.
Like you're probably not gonna keep learning the guitar. Like I used to be able to play Batman and Chop Suey. I didn't keep going.
Yeah.
It was.
Yeah, if you bought, it could be worse than like I bought a guitar and played a song.
No, you gotta fucking take this guitar and smash it, Phoebe Bridgers style.
Who's that?
She smashed a guitar on SNL the other day, and like people made not the other day, a couple weeks ago, and like people made like a big deal about it. Like, why'd you destroy that guitar? She could have given it to like someone in need. like just the most rock star thing of all time.
Yeah.
A million guitars have been smashed in history.
Did you see Machine Gun Kelly throw his guitar?
No.
That was awesome. When he like finished, I think the concert for the night, he took off his guitar and he like spun it to like his stagehand who just caught it. It's like that was cool. They probably had to like practice that. He probably was like, all right, on this tour, I'm always gonna throw my guitar to you. I wonder if they just like dropped a few at times.
They definitely dropped a
awesome.
few.
Yeah, go ahead, just fucking smash that guitar and be like, I never want to, fuck
I mean,
this guy.
that's if
Or-
see this is
Or you go like Olivia
you got
Rodrigo
girl
and this
eyes.
girl becomes fucking that's a song right there. That's an album right there. That girl should become a fucking pop star and be like, I learned to play the guitar for a boy.
Yeah.
And he dumped me or he
Call
never
the song
even
like Teardrops on My Guitar.
or is that already a thing? Or
Be
is that
like,
what you're doing?
Drew looks at me.
Fuck you guys. Who is that?
Taylor Swift.
Oh, okay. Oh wait, she's pretty bad at pushing the
Yeah, she's
guitar.
not
though.
great at it.
She doesn't break it. And like some famous rock star was like tweeting how it was bad, and she's like, "Hey, he tweeted about me." Like,
Yeah. I mean, I don't care about like the why didn't you give it away? It's just if you're gonna do it, you
You
gotta
gotta
like,
do it.
Yeah.
Yeah,
ugh.
you
I mean,
gotta-
it's hard. It's just heavy. Like she just broke the speaker, not the guitar.
Broke the fuck out of that speaker.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, you gotta do it like if you're gonna do it, you gotta do like John Belushi. Like you gotta make a mess of it.
I
Put
almost
a
think
hole
it's
in a
gotta be
wall.
like a one shot in a way. Like, wow. It's like that's like trying to break the bat over your knee and not doing it.
But this is like you're getting female ears with this. If this was a guy, we'd be like, you fucking pussy.
I don't know.
I guess you
I think
you
it's
are
cool
right.
to learn the guitar.
You are right in the sense that like if you stop short of playing the song,
If
then
you
it's
help
okay.
the other person get laid, that's fucked up. I think if you were to change your style, if you like do something that it's like you just kind of added to your life. I mean, but yeah, I guess if you go out of your way, you spend money, you buy an instrument, you learn the music. There's no denying that it's a simp story. But and it definitely matters that it's a girl for sure. But the balls, the gall to ask the person. I mean, that's just like you're an asshole.
But he
You could ask maybe a friend to do. These are funny stories. I just never. These are things from like Saved by the Bell that like Zach Morris would do. Like, what are you gonna do next time? What if you're ever out and there's a guitar and she's like, play that song? What are you gonna do then?
well, she said he had his own guitar too. So like,
So maybe
I
you
guess
just didn't know
like-
this one song or something.
Yeah, I guess.
But either way, if you
yeah,
have
like,
someone
there's-
else play the music for you, it's like maybe you just want to get in and then you'll just cross that bridge later when she's like, play the song for me. It's like, well, I have to call my friend who wants to fuck me, who learned the song for me. But yeah, that's simp so hard. That is, yeah, girls are simps too. Next up.
What's up, KFC, Feits, everyone else? I got a sim story for you.
It's the simp
So
hour.
about 2 years ago, talking to this chick. I'm about 20. She's about 19-ish. She's a little bit younger. That comes into play. So we're
She's
talking.
a year younger.
You know, we're not really dating yet. Or, yeah, and whatever. Point being, we're hanging out in her room. She's like, yeah, I got to paint my room. And being the asshole I am, I'm like, oh, I can paint that for you. So I paint this bitch's room. It took like several hours. Decent sized room. Later that week, I found out she was getting her back blown out by some dude that was like in his mid-30s. So yeah, painted
That's
the room
tough.
up all nice for
So,
them.
okay, let me tell you this, though. First of all, painting someone's like apartment for them is, I think, that might be the biggest simp thing you could do. That's like, what's the most miserable thing you could do? That's the biggest simp thing.
Painting's not so bad. I guess I've never painted. I say that as a man who's never painted the room.
Painting sounds fun at first. So you're like, oh, it's going to be like cool. And then it's fucking not. It's also the number one thing. If you've ever hired someone to come paint, they can do it in 6 minutes,
Yeah.
and it would take you the entire day to do like one wall. They do these W's. They go.
Dude, I was gonna say I saw a dude with a roller do like a whole wall. It took him like a TikTok or a Twitter video, whatever it was.
Absolutely.
And it was just like whoosh 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 whoosh.
And they do like 1 or 2 dips.
Yeah.
Like we would be going back and forth, and the trims and the dripping. It's crazy. That's the number one of the moving and painting. Pay people to do it. I had this like we should teach people how to date. It should be like a class in school, and it should.
Oh,
be,
you don't mean us? You mean
not
society?
us. No,
Yes.
yeah. Like the same way everyone always says, like, why isn't there a class on taxes and mortgage and all the things you need? There should be a fucking class on dating. First of all, it should be like the same way you're not allowed to drive until you're 16. You're not allowed to like even have a relationship until you're like 25. No actual relationships. Everybody just like fucks each other and has fun when you're, or at least when you're like young. People have like middle school and high school relationships is insanity, right? But if there was some teacher who told you that this is how it goes, that like when you're 20, you're going to have a crush on like the 19-year-old girl, right? And you're going to want her, but she's going to fuck the guy who's in his mid-30s. But one day, you'll be the guy in your mid-30s, and then you can reap the benefits. I think that's a little weird, mid-30s and like 19, too much for me. But I think if you almost taught people in the beginning, like this is kind of how it works with girls usually like older guys, and the older guys go to, like age down and da-da-da-da-da. I think you wouldn't get as upset about these things, or you wouldn't even necessarily try or worry about it because you just be like, this is how it goes. Almost like when you.
But I think
when you're at work, you know, like when you're the low man on the totem pole. But one day I'll be like the manager, and I can take vacation days or whatever the fuck it is. You can be like, like that sucks, like, yeah. But one day I'm gonna be you, and I'm gonna be fucking over some guy who's like me, and that's just the circle of life.
I think the problem with that is no one knows how to date. There isn't a.
There's nobody that can teach it. You mean?
No, there's no one who can teach it. Yeah. There's no one who knows how relationships work.
Well, that's what's funny.
It's like
is the people who
they talk
do
about like
teach
the
it are,
ocean,
priests and shit. You know, it's like
yeah. That's
like when I
fucking
went to
the ultimate. If you can't do, teach.
pre-Cana. Like I was listening to a priest teach me how to like be married. Like, bro, what the fuck do you know about this? You know
Literally,
what I mean? Like,
no one
get
knows
outta
anything. There is no book. There is no like. It's like they say like, oh, we only know about X amount of the ocean.
Yeah.
And we only know about X amount of the brain, how
Yeah.
it works. We know 0% about how relationships work.
Yeah.
Like there's no one. Everything we've ever learned about relationships is, I guess
Tailored
from a priest, or it's just TV shows we like.
Yeah.
That's the only way we ever learn about how relationships are supposed to work.
Well-
so like what we strive for is a literal fantasy.
That's why I blame society in general for not ever being honest about your relationships and shit. Guys are always lying about like how much sex they're having. Girls are always lying about like their boyfriends, I don't know, do nice things for them, or how much money they have, or where they, you know, their Instagrams are fake, their stories are fake. So everybody's kind of like, oh man, like me and my girlfriend don't do that. Like fuck. It's like, well, they don't do it either. They're fucking lying. And then also on top of it, everybody's relationship stories don't really matter because they're one of one. You know what I mean? It's like your story's not going to apply to me, and mine not going to apply to you, and nobody applies to anybody. But I think the basic thing is almost like there's got to be some basics that are like, if you can bake, you're a baker. It's like, I don't know, you can't bake that like individual cake that I just had, but we can kind of replicate it, or we can follow some rules or some.
But no one knows the rules. There aren't rules.
But I think things like that. I think like you can always bank on the fact that for the most part, girls will want to date up or date older, and guys will date down. There's certain like constructs.
But
like
even
that
is like
kind of
super
hold true.
stereotypical. Like there's some people going,
Yeah. But
so,
that's what I mean. There are stereotypes that do exist of like.
I think it's
you
a
behave
fairly
a certain way when you're a certain age. Like these are the people who are, you know, your relationship's not going to last when you're this age. You want to date up, you want to date down. You like what is it? Girls don't reach their sexual peak until they're late 30, whatever it is. You know, I think there are certain constructs that, of course, are stereotypical, but they exist for a reason.
Yeah.
That I think you should fucking inform people on those things. I think it's kind of crazy. The thing about like the sexual peak is nuts to me. Where it's like if I was a girl, I'd be like having that in my mind, being like, well, I gotta like focus on when I'm like 37, because that's when I'm gonna start fucking. So I don't give a shit about now, you know. Or I gotta like make sure that when I'm 37, that like I'm ready to rock because that's what my body's gonna be like. Let's get some dick. That's crazy. But and the same way with being a guy, where it's like, yeah, man, you're gonna have to wait until you're like 35 to be able to. It's like, yeah, that sucks, but I don't know. It's gonna come. You'll have your day. You'll have your time in the sun.
One day, and I don't even know about that.
Well, you have a better shot.
Yeah,
Being when you're like the 19-year-old chump.
When you're 35, that's when I'm the opposite of ready to go. I'm ready to go.
That's why
ready to go in a different way.
That's why it's so fucked, and that's why I think at the end of the day, if you play by all these rules and stereotypes, nobody should ever date the same age, because it's like girls want to get fucked when guys are like, I'm done, man. So older women should date younger guys, and older guys should date younger women, and like nobody should ever really date each other's same age. If you're basing it on those sexual peaks and shit.
Yeah, it makes sense. It's like
that's gotta suck when you're like a 40-year-old woman and you're ready to go, and the guy's like, I don't know, I've been fucking for 20 years. I've been fucking for 25 years. I'm done, man. I don't give a shit
born
anymore.
15 years ago.
Right. I've done it all, girl. Like you should have thought about that when you were turning me down for the last decade. I don't want to fuck anymore. It's I guess you can't teach love, but I don't know. We should at least fucking try, because everybody's out here just willy-nilly making shit up.
I think I would be less inclined to listen to someone who was trying to teach love.
You can't teach love, but
like
I wish I knew.
work.
I wish I knew some of the ropes. I wish I knew some things.
But like I knew all that stuff, and it just doesn't matter.
I guess that's it. If I was like maybe if it was taught, if it was like a class or something, I would. Because
we all think we're superheroes. We all think we're like
it's gonna be different.
Important. It'll be different. Like that's
but that's why I wish if it was told to me in maybe a classroom setting that I would like believe it more. Where it's just like this is the way it is.
Everything
you know?
I heard in a classroom setting, I don't believe.
Yeah.
Or I just don't remember.
But in the beginning, when you're a kid, you do think of it as like if a teacher's telling it to me and I'm reading it out of the textbook. I mean, you couldn't teach this shit to when you're like a kid,
right?
But you know, like when every guy tells you, like, yeah, man, it's you put a ring on it and things change. You're like, no, not me and my girl. And then it's like, yeah, you and your girl, and you didn't believe it or you thought you were gonna change it. But if there was some way to convey, and that doesn't mean like I'm not saying like don't ever get married. It's all gonna be miserable, but like it's gonna be different. Don't think. I used to think like, oh, we live together already. What's going to change? It's just going to be like a ring on her finger. Shit changes. It does. It might not be bad, but it's going to be different. But how do you get people to believe in those things and actually like listen?
I don't
to
think
them?
anyone ever will. And I think that's why we'll never know anything about relationships.
Yeah.
I don't know if anyone ever will believe anything. It's like it's like
and then because you know
like
what you do?
you're speeding, you're gonna get in a car accident. Like, not me. I'm a good driver.
Right.
Guess
right.
what?
It's never gonna be me.
Probably gonna get in a car accident.
Never gonna be me. That's why you just dump her and die alone. Last voicemail is brought to you by my favorite people in the goddamn world, Omaha Steaks. Father's Day is here. You know, we have speaking of stereotypes, we have our very stereotypical gifts. Around Mother's Day and Valentine's Day, we have the flowers. And then around Father's Day and Christmas for the fellas, we got the Omaha Steaks. Because what is better for your dad than the gift of meat? Not only, see, this is a double gift. The Omaha Steaks are awesome cuts of meat, awesome sides, good food. You have like a steakhouse dinner experience at home. But also, it allows your dad to go man the grill and get the fuck out of the house and separate away from the party and get away from the people who are squawking and talking. Hey, I got to put the steaks on the grill, man. So it's the gift of good food and peace and quiet, all coming in one freezer, what are those called? Coolers that gets delivered right to your doorstep. I came back the other weekend and it was sitting there waiting for me, and I was like, oh my God, it's Omaha season. Right now they're doing, this is a good one. It's the Get Out and Grill assortment. It includes 20 entrees, ultra juicy burgers, plump chicken breasts, sides, desserts, and 4 10-ounce New York strips. I think the New York strip is super underrated.
Yeah.
I think people are I like the filet, and people who don't like a lot of fat.
I was raised in a New York strip house.
See, that's the way to be. I was raised in a London broil house. We were poor. But the filet is kind of like if you don't like the fat, you like it to be lean. And then I think if you do, you go all the way to the ribeye. And then like the crazy shit like the porterhouse and the big ones. But in that middle there is the New York strip, and that's a good fucking cut. It's a little more affordable too, but it's. And you know what I like? I like when you see like the cut of meat and it's just like like an inch or like an inch and a half. It's like, this is a thick piece of meat. I love a thick piece of meat. Grill it up and it's like got that. like that perfect amount of fat, not too fatty, but still got the taste on it. Aged 30 days. New York strip is
Get
the
that nice,
real deal.
nice and marbled.
Yeah, the marble
that's my
look.
extent of my the extent of my steak knowledge. But
Marbled.
You want a good marble.
Yep.
Yep. Cut across the grain.
And you can get 4 extra New York strip burgers. Ooh, that's cool. New York strip burgers. I fuck with that. When you order that now. So go to omahasteaks.com and use the promo code KFC. And I mean, I'm gonna get this for myself for my birthday, for Father's Day. They already sent me one, but I'm gonna get my own goddamn one because I want as many as I can. And with that limited time offer, using promo code KFC, you get the 4 New York strip burgers in addition to everything you want. It's also got the little flavor seasoning packet with some recipe cards on there, so you can dress them up and follow the recipe there. But you get the burgers, the chicken breast, the sides, the desserts, and the New York strips. High quality. So go right now, omahasteaks.com, promo code KFC.
What's up, fellas? I've got an Am I the Asshole for you. I'm a 32-year-old living up in Boston. I currently have 3 children with my wife. They're 4, 3, and 2. I'll let you sit on that for a second.
Jesus Christ.
And we're actually expecting our 4th child. You know, the original due date was June 20th. And one of my best friends, whose wedding I'm in, bachelor party, is in Miami, and happening June 5th to the 7th. It's been planned for a while. Everything's already paid for. However, the update is due to my wife's high blood pressure, her doctor's planning to induce her this Sunday, which would be May 30th. Therefore, we would have a newborn baby, May 30th or 31st. My wife's a stay-at-home mom, so she's used to spending all day with the kids. Obviously, a newborn adds a whole new element, not trying to ignore that. However, this bachelor party is with my closest friends, my brother, my cousin. Not sure if that makes a difference, just trying to highlight, the difference as I've been on bachelor parties where you get there and you have multiple groups of friends and you're meeting people you've never met before.
When you have
this is not one of those. These
4, 3, and 2, and you got a newborn on the way. Now, here's what you can do. You got to make a decision. And I will support you either way on this one. You can fucking stand up on your own 2 feet and look her in the eye and be like, I'm fucking going. And you can go. And you better have the time of your goddamn life because you're going to hear about it for the rest of your life. You can do that. But just know those are the repercussions. Or I think this man is totally within his rights and his friends maybe can bust his balls a little bit. But I think they got to be pretty understanding if he just says, I got a 4-year-old, a 3-year-old, a 2-year-old. I got a stay-at-home mom. The baby might come early. I'm not going. But either way, just be prepared for what comes with it. Because if you go to this thing, you will never live it down.
I think she's well within her rights.
Yeah.
I think
this one,
a 4, 3, 2
okay.
newborn. I think you have to stay home.
So I would say
it's like a family. You're going golfing. It's not nothing like that.
Okay,
fun.
but so here's the thing. That I guess that is true. If we're gonna measure this by new bachelor party standards, it's really not worth it. If the baby wasn't being, if the bachelor party was in May, I mean it's even cutting it close. If the bachelor party's in April, I think that when you have a 4-year-old, a 3-year-old, and a 2-year-old, like I always say, the bachelor party is not about the bachelor. It's about the guy who has 3 fucking kids at home who's like, I need to blow some steam off. Now, we don't really blow steam off anymore. We just go golfing, which is why bachelor parties suck now. But if he was like, yo, hun, I'm going crazy over here. I got to go out with the boys for the weekend. I think he should be gifted that. But if it's within the delivery date, very close to the due date, and also you're having high blood pressure and the baby might come early and all that, I would not go to this bachelor party. If you do decide to go to this bachelor party.
How about this, dude? Stop coming in your wife.
Yeah.
I think that's the advice.
Bro,
stop coming in your wife so often.
More importantly,
crazy.
Stop letting your husband come in you so often. What is she doing? As bad as this is for the husband, for the dad, when you're either pregnant, delivering, or nursing for the last 5 straight years, and will be doing so for another 3, 4 on top. This woman is giving her body for a decade. A decade.
Insane.
with like no breaks. I remember our old intern Charlie Wisco. His family had 4 kids, and I think it was like a 10, an 8, a 6, a 4, and then the parents got pregnant and they had twins. 2 on the final round when you already had 4 to make it even 6 children. I believe the story goes, I think Charlie said his dad passed out when they got the news that it was like they looked at the sonogram and they're like, oh, there's 2 heartbeats. I think he passed out. But his mom always says, she looks off into the distance when she's talking about it. She's like, a piece of me died. A piece of me died those years.
Bro,
she gave over her pussy, her tits, her life, her brain, her everything for 10 straight years.
War for a decade.
Yeah. And it's like, why are you doing this? I remember our logic was let's just cram all the bad years into, let's get them done with. Because if you have a kid and they're 4 or 5 years old and then you start over, you just reset the clock. You're out of diapers, they're going to school, you start over. But if you just cram it all in, but then those years are crammed the fuck in and it's going to be bad. So 4, 3, 2, 1 is
That doesn't even make any sense. I honestly don't understand the math.
When he said, he's like, I got a 4-year-old, 3-year-old, 2-year-old. Chew on that one for a second. It's Irish twins type shit where it's just you are either pregnant or conceiving. There's 1 day in between. It's you got out of the hospital, came home, and fucked.
That's we have too many people as is. Stop.
You're
coming to
overpopulating.
people.
Yeah.
Stop coming to people.
And I mean, like I said, if this guy wants to really define, I think it would be an asshole move. I think she's been pregnant for 9 fucking months, almost 10 months now. She's got high blood pressure. She has all these kids at home. You're probably not allowed to go on a bachelor party, period, if you got 3 or 4 kids, let alone the pregnancy and the delivery. It's just you can't fucking leave me here with these fucking kids. But you can, you can if you want. But
no, you can't.
Yeah,
this is hard. You can't.
Yeah,
you can't do it. You can't do it. I'm like Jim Carrey in Liar Liar.
But I just
stop coming your wife, asshole.
You're right.
Want to go on a bachelor party?
You can't.
No kids.
No, yeah, you cannot do it. But I just will tell you, if somehow you lose your mind and do it, she will torture you for eternity, and she will be within her bounds. When you live a miserable life, and the guys are like, oh man, you hear about what Feidelberg's wife did to him, and the other buddy chimes in yeah, but did you hear that back in 2021 he went on the fucking bachelor party when she was on bed rest with 3, and everyone should be like, oh yeah, okay. Yeah. It's justifiable, it's yeah. You earned that one. You deserve it. So,
don't go.
Don't go. Don't go. And I was gonna say, make sure you subscribe to all of our channels and all that bullshit, and don't raise any pigeons in your house.
Yeah, and also your grandma's gonna die tomorrow.
You want the good news or the bad news? What do you want, the good news or the bad news?
I always go good news first.
All right, the good news is when we started this shit, only 10% of people watching our YouTube videos were subscribed. And now it's up to 40%. So that's almost like a 50-50 split. That's a 30% increase. A little math for you. That's the good news.
Too much math for me, but it's good news.
You know what the bad news is? That still means 60% of you motherfuckers aren't subscribed. It still means the majority.
It's a good thing I asked first, because that would have been backwards.
That'd have been terrible, yeah. Imagine if I was like, well, the good news is...
It's good thing I fucking go good news first.
60% still just freeloading off of our videos. And guess what? It's YouTube. You're all freeloading. It's not really all... The only cost is to push the fucking button.
Just push it. Push the button.
Push it. Push it real good.
Push it real good!